I have always loved Going Medieval and get excited to play for very simple reasons. Going Medieval offers a cool amount of building options in the colony sim genre, and this time it's gonna be no different. We're going underground, baby. Now, let's get stuck in. Well, here we go. This is going to be the map. So down on the screen, you'll see the map seed 154-692-6606. We are playing in the hillside medium map. This is deep and dirty because we are going to be underground fiends. So we're starting in the hillside for that exact reason. So we're probably going to burrow into it. So the idea is most of the building will be inside or underground. So we messed around just making some short characters with really basic stats. Alright, to not bore you with the absolute basics at the beginning of the game, I've preemptively set up this little area here. So we're going to start mining into the mountain, as you can see here. I've started some of the basics, so we changed the schedule to start the day we're asleep from 10 PM. And jobs-wise, that's what we're looking at. So we've got someone mining, cutting plants continually, and we're starting to build the little pen. We've got a dumping stockpile for dead bodies, humans only over there. And then over here, we've got the default stockpile at the moment to exclude human carcasses. And this is where everything we've managed to move across for. So some of the things we're doing, we've got 3 beds here. We've got a little bit of hay coming in for those beds there. We've cut down a little bit of wood to get things moving. And just mining through here. So let me show you. I'll just go underground a second. And that's what we're going with. So this is going to be the main little starter room. And I think we're going to go deeper. But we are scheduled to live in here. Now, I might still build just a small wooden cabin over the top of this. Just so they're sleeping inside and we can get a little table, right? So we'll do something like this. And I know you might think this is really weird. Might even go one further actually back. Yeah, there we go. We'll go for one further back and we'll bring that into there so they can actually get at their beds. We'll need one little door. So what I'll do is just have the door right here and then we'll have the doorway going into the underground there as well. But this should act as our really basic house. We'll get a little roof on top as well. I'm not going to adjust this one. That is literally going to be the starter box. We'll turn roofs off so we can see underneath. But this is the start, right? The very first day in spring. Now, I haven't played in a little while, so I do remember a couple of stuff. I've also put down this Quoits game as well, so we'll have... I might move that, but we'll leave it there for now. And just gathering in a little bit of this tall grass. So if you haven't played this game before, it is a full... Oh, pressing the wrong button. It is a full colony sim like all of the others, so RimWorld, Stranded Alien Dawn and all that, but set in medieval times, so... Now, just whilst they're sleeping, let me show you around the map. So we've got some huge salt deposits here. We've got the river coming through, a really, really nice waterfall here. Lots of fish in there as well. This is the only water source at the moment. The mountainous hill region is pretty high, so we're going to be relying mainly on foraging and keeping that food good for the foreseeable, to be honest. But we've got a lot of trees. There's random bits. So we've got a nice iron patch over there, and I'm sure there'll be quite a few in here. And we are going to have to do some hunting at some point. And in terms of these guys, I have given them all weapons. So this guy is holding 2 spears. 2 bows. That's weird. Or does that count as 1? I'm assuming that's 1 because it's 2-hander. Yeah. But we've got them all equipped anyway, so we're ready. And the first day, just done. So we're all good. Now on the campfire, we are going to produce these simple meals. So we're going to go until we have maybe, let's say, 8 for now. And we won't do animal feed, I don't think. Obviously, we've changed them to make sure that they do all of this at the start very first. And then the rest we're kind of just ticking as we need them. And there's our 3 beds and the roof coming on. So we officially have a tiny little shack for them just outside. Now, this is going to be stripped down eventually anyway because everything needs to go inside. I am going to need to focus up and make sure I get my supporting beams in pretty quickly. So just for ease of looking, we are going to do that. But I think we require some basic research. So we're going to have to craft these books up at some point. I might just stick this in there for now. Yeah, that's the right thing to do. So shared chamber is officially done. They are roofed in. We'll get the research desk in there. And I'm going to have to obviously stockpile the books out here for now. Probably want a roof over this, but I'll probably turn the inside into the stockpile straight away anyway. And we should have the animals in the pen very soon. I'll keep everything pen marker wise just as is for now, but we'll let them finish that off. Hopefully we've got someone main animal husbandry. There we go. We're going to give that to Icon. He's going to get these guys in and hopefully train them every day, because hauling with these guys is going to be perfect. And we've unlocked the research panel. Now that is done. So this is all changed to me. There's the architecture that we need. We're going to unlock that because you do start with some books. Up next, we've got agriculture. Look at this. This looks so much cooler. If you haven't seen, I do have... I've got about 60 hours in this game. So I've got another 100 days on the channel and a couple of Let's Plays, I believe. So I'm not new to the game and I'm not new to the genre at all. But this is all new update-wise. So crop fields is a good idea. Let's have a look. Research 2, tailoring, infirmary bed, terraforming is always going to be good. So I'm going to have to go through some of these. Okay, defensive structures as well is all going to be good, but there's a lot we need to get through. And research-wise, as long as we have the books in, which will say... I'll probably manually do this, but we'll want to go until we have a certain amount. I think as you spend them, let's say 25. Yeah, that is okay. So we'll go until we have that every time. And then underneath now, you'll see we're starting to get some things. So we're going to have to build beams at some point within this. But I want to get structural beams in place early on. And this is going to be a dual, like, open doorway corridor in a way that we can hopefully poke at them with the spears and stuff as they come in. But we'll have defensive stuff inside. It's going to be one epic underground base just to test out all these features and stuff. Now, the corridor starts where this beam starts. So I'm going to start getting the wooden floor in as well. And where that beam is, this is where our first lot of doors are going to be. I want to get iron pretty early on because we're going to need defensive-wise. But this front door does need to be kind of grated, although a barn door might be all right. I think we place the grated doors, and then when they're done, we'll have what we need. I need to mine some iron at some point, but I want to get this real basic room done first. Now, we've got a good amount, obviously, the meal set up. So we've got 8 going, and we've got this animal feed. So I need to make sure we've got more hay, and I need that cutting job to be... Cut plants needs to be the most important thing you do. Although I'd like to level them all up in it, so I might cut all of them to 1 or 2 on it. And we'll get ourselves a little table because they will start complaining as well. The table-wise, we'll just stick that in here. And we'll go for wooden stools around the table. We'll get just the 3 for now. And they can start sitting in there. I haven't decided where the beam's going to go yet. I'm just deciding where this butcher section can go. So we're going to have this coming downstairs. But up top for now, we're going to need to not go so deep. So we're going to need just a small little alleyway. And then a small butcher room with carcass just there. That's going to be the start. And we're going to need to set up a really basic defensive position for these guys. So if someone does attack, we're good. And they'll come for this area. So we're going to go for a little setup of these 6. Followed by, we're going to want probably a wooden ladder to go up. And then we'll get the merlins in this sucker as well. So this is purely just to defend for now, right? Remember that. Okay, we've got a merchant. That's not too bad. We'll wait for them to come over. This is going to be the basic defensive starting tower here. So that will do for now. All right, we'll go and say hello shortly because there might be something we can buy. They're usually pretty handy for seeds. And we're going to need to hopefully plant some food-wise bits anyway. I'm going to start that as well. So red currant shrubs. Should we get a little area for these? I'll probably end up digging this to tidy it out a little bit as well to square this off, but we'll get the red currant shrubs just set up over here. And then trees, we'll want to make sure we get these guys in as well. So we'll get our own little row of trees just as we cut them down. So as we get the seeds in, we'll start planting them back in anyway. And you can set these to do ripening, flowering, harvesting. So base yields you can get, but with red currants, it doesn't matter. So it plants off the berry anyway. We're going to go and say hello with one of our characters, whoever's the best at speechcraft. So far we have no one. It's going to be Kip. So Kip is going to go say hello to the merchant. So we'll start with that then. I have wares to trade if you're interested. Let's see what you've got. They have 2 apple saplings. See, we want those. So we're going to take those. There's beet seeds as well. Cabbage and carrots. So we're going to go for the carrots because they're way cheaper. But we are going to need to give something over. There's flax seeds for clothing as well, which is probably important. So maybe get some of those in. Although we start with a little bit of linen cloth, don't we? Oh, there's a quince sapling there too. How much is the apple? And damsons. We could get damson fruits. We can get apple seeds. Oh, I don't really have anything for them that would make this money. I have a little bit of ale. That will do. Let's go. We'll just take some seeds for now then. And what that does mean is I can go ahead and get carrots and a little bit of flax. So carrots wise, we'll go with that one, which is going to be take when it's flowering. Going to seed we're going to go for. That rain sounds amazing to me. And then we're going to have a separate carrot field next to it for the actual carrots. This is just some basic farm setup anyway whilst we get moving. And we'll get them to high priority the carrot seed field first because that's what we need. And then we'll get the flax field in as well. Now flax we'll probably do somewhere else. Or we'll do it over this way. That doesn't matter too much. We'll make sure we get, again, just 4 with the... Can I not go there? Okay, we'll do it like that. You get flax seeds no matter what with this as well, so that's awesome. Okay, so we may as well make that a larger field. It looks like it's not great on this ground type though, so we'll just try and put it where we can. Okay, we're going to need to be careful in here because this is going to collapse at some point, so we're going to make sure we can get the wooden beam in. Although we want to change the walls first, don't we? So this first room, we're going to get the wooden walls in. Do I want walls? Or let's see what we've got nearby. Clay is over here. Quite a lot of clay, actually. We got coal, we got iron, we got salt. There's loads. Have we got anything around here? So mining-wise, we're going to take the clay. And I did see a bunch of clay on the ground over here, which is awesome. So we're going to allow that. We're also, I've just seen some nice herbs over here. So we'll take those as well for medicine. And we've got 6 books on research. I'm going to slowly do that. That doesn't matter too much. That's some barley there, so we're pretty good. Remember, we are only in spring, so we're okay at the moment. Right, let's make sure our growing and harvesting is set up. So botany, then, you need to focus on that. I know you're on cut plants. Let's do this, but we'll change tree chopping for all of them after the fact, because we've got wood in anyway, so let's get the growing done as your most important job, please. Let's go. And there we have it. It's all in, and we'll make sure we're cutting down just some of these mushrooms to make a few meals. I'm not making more than 8 at the moment, really. I'm going to slowly up that once we've got better storage. The absolute good news is we already have a defense set up unless they attack from this one side. I might need another Merlin or 2 just up to there. I love that they auto corner now. That's fantastic. But yeah, nice little castle there. So we'll have the 2 melee there, 1 range just sat here shooting down, and that should be fine. I'm going to set an urgent haul on this clay so I can get the walls in. But we do want to make clay brick, so I'm going to have to research that because we don't want to have to strip the walls down and put them back in again. So clay wall, basic partition. So each of these have different values as well. I think that one's okay though, because I want to get these in. And this is going to be a basic start wall. And I'll probably mine out 1 more layer to change that into it, actually. That should be fine. I'm going to change those into a clay wall in here, and that'll be our very first basic clay room, as you can see. Already in, very quick job. And then I should be able to put the beam over the top, and then I'll move my storage inside. Now, if you've never played a colony game like this before, this is your first time playing, one of the biggest tips I'll say for you in these is try to focus on one big task at a time, because it can get quite overwhelming. So I'm already doing probably more than I want, but the main thing is obviously always get sleeping, always get table of food, and then get a food source going. So we've got milk from the goats, we're looking after those, and we've got their hay, and we started growing crops, right? So my next plan is to get this butcher room done, as well as the indoor storage. That's what I mean by that. And we've got our defense set up, right? So if someone comes, we've got really basic defense here that is a lot harder for them to kill us with. I've just noticed you get a wooden well, wooden structure for drawing up clean water. That would be interesting. If you can put that inside, which you probably can't, I think there might be certain places you have to put it. Well structures only operate if the well shaft can reach water on any level beneath it. So yeah, I could tunnel this water down and under our base and then put a well by it. They'll never have to leave. So something we probably want to consider if we are full Dwarven Empire. Now you can get lucky and find the seeds out on your map as well. If you have a little look, there's some herbs there, which is good. I probably want to grow my own herbs as well, but not too concerned yet. There's flax, like wild flax growing in the wild there. We'll wait for that yield to come in and then we'll cut that. I'm going to set mining on a little bit of this iron just so I can get the doors done. So we want those grated doors finished off as well. And it means we can set up a fallback point. I really do want that. It would be funny if I put up something out inside as just one giant tower that we shoot down from. That would be great. But I do want it to be very melee focused with a bit of a labyrinth outside here that will be the problem for them as we come in. So first things first, then we're going to continue getting the wooden flooring in on these bits. I do want to place them down just for comfort value, so we are going to get that in. We want that throughout, right? Now, do we have raw clay? We do, so we just need the mining to continue out here. I've got to set everyone to mine real quick so we can get this finished off. There we go. So that didn't take long getting it in real quick as well. We'll get the rest of these clay walls in. Then I should be able to get the rest of my wooden floors in here. And then we'll get the butcher table down this way as well. The butchering table might need to expand this room a little bit bigger, but we're going to go in there. This is going to be our food source through the winter, hopefully. And then as we get to a point where we have more goats and stuff, because that will happen, we'll be obviously butchering them as well. So I'll set this up. And we'll have a carcass store just over here as well for the animal carcasses. Main biggest thing right now, though, is having a food stockpile. So in the nature of just keeping it inside, we're going to clear it all and just tick food. They should be going out to mine this little bit now. A little bit more clay, that's good. I would be easier just to set these, to be fair. So what I might do is just cancel that one. Let's cancel that one as well. Go and do the other bits, and then we'll say you can have this bit of clay and that bit of clay there, because that's pretty handy. And then we'll get the iron, which is what's coming in now. They can finish off these doors. Then we'll have what's starting to be a lovely little home. Now, each different wall has better thermal properties, by the way, as well, if you didn't know. I'm not going to go any further on that one. That should be fine. And in the summer, there'll be an outside temperature and an inside temperature. See, in here, it's 7 degrees. Outside is 19 degrees, so it's almost like a fridge as well. Bit of a pantry, you know. So getting the food inside, I probably should have done it quicker, is the better play. But we've got enough at the moment, so it's not too much of a problem. Oh, here we go. A new settler. Dunstan said they'd walk for many days hiding in the trees. So if we say no, we're good. But if we do take them, I think we're going to expect our first attack. So let's have a look at them. Wow, 17 smithing. You're too tall, though. 187 centimeters. I'm joking. It's fine. We'll take him. But he'll have to live inside. And he's a good carpenter, too. So yeah, we got a main and speechcraft. So not too bad. He is a 6 marksman, so he'll help with hunting. Let's take him. We'll obviously need a new bed, and we'll make sure that he's managed with all weapons for now. So we'll allow him just as is. Hopefully, he is bleeding, so we're going to have to heal him up anyway. There we go. We'll harvest these ones with 5 or extra. Oh, not harvest. I want to, yeah, not cut. Sorry, wrong one. We want to harvest a good amount of blackberries nearby, which is nice. The different types of berries. This is all new to me, so we've definitely got different ingredients out on the map, which is really nice to see. And cheese making might be a fast one to go into then, if I think about it, because these guys are going to make milk. We really need these to be haulers, though, when possible. Let's get another bed in place. And let's make sure we have a Dunstan to convalesce and become a patient as well. So he, like we saw, was going to be our main smithy. But I might get him doing other stuff too. His animal handling's not bad, so I'm going to put him as a 2 on that one as well. And maybe botany's not great, but we could get him leveled up with fishing. So that is a food source that we can do now that I mustn't forget, actually. So I can get him to go and fish these spots. There's quite a lot in there, isn't there? Remember, we don't have a weapon, do we, for him? Oh, we do. We've got a sling. Very nice. We've got a sling and a bow as the range, so we're still really good. All right, wound fully healed, so we are good. And we're just getting that iron in to fix these doors as well. And a butchery is forever. So as we get the animals in, please do butcher them. And you will find them out on the map sometimes. So the cats will catch the rats and stuff. But we will obviously want to hunt things. Now, main one would be deer. We haven't really got anyone as hunt. So, well, if they get to it, we'll tell them to hunt it, kind of thing. Now, if you're wondering, you can click this overview tab to do your wildlife, and that's where you can just tick to hunt them as well, so they'll go out and do it. There's only a 2% retaliation on adult deer, so... But other things like boar has a way higher retaliation rate. Polecats, I mean, they're not really going to produce much food, but we might be able to do that. If we can get to the no retaliation, maybe. We got melee that they can go out and just hit them with their sticks as well. We'll only go for the mature ones. We'll start with a couple of those. This ugly clay room. Gotta love it. And we can get the beam in. So I've never really mastered when you should put beams in, other than I just put them in every so often anyway, just so it doesn't fall down, you know? But I do want to replace all of these with actual stone walls at some point. So, or brick. It's probably going to have to be brick because we seem to have more clay on the map. Now, I'm going to start putting a stockpile in here, and I'm going to make sure that this is carcass, animal carcass, right? So we're going to turn that off from these now. So no carcass goes on here whatsoever. Food is crazy low, so they need to hurry up and haul this inside so it doesn't go bad. And then whoever's cooking needs to be focused on that, which is the case. So Kip, you're all about the cook, please. Now, this stuff on the side only shows what you've got in storage, so it's not counting the stuff we've harvested. And I've just noticed this huge spot here. Look at that. I'm only going to take the ones that look like they're more right, so we'll get some of those blackberries in. Right, apple trees. So where do we want to stick these? Might put them over this way for now. Now, these naturally spread seeds out, so I'm going to put manual ones like that, and they do drop, and eventually you can get like a whole apple forest. I'm just going to stick them out that way. Same goes for all these guys, but I like to just put them in a strip so I can see what I'm working with. Now I'm going to go out and strip some of these so we can replace that with clay for now. I'm going to have to do this back wall as well, and then we'll decide. I think I'm going to go down. Catch 5 fish. Are these new achievements since I last played? I think they are. That's okay. We're going to need a smokery. How's research doing? We've got 13 meals. As there's 4 of us, let's go to 12 as well now, so they cook 12 at a time. And you got to remember, whilst these doors aren't on too, which I need to have a look. It's actually iron ingots, isn't it? So maybe I'll change these. It's not iron ore. Yeah, let's get rid of those, because the animals will keep coming in from outside to munch on my stuff. So let's get some wooden doors in. There we go. We'll get that in, get that built, so these wolves stop coming in and stealing my food. Right, negotiator arrived. I'm not negotiating. I do not care. So I go kill him. I want you all to come. We're keeping him. Dunstan is staying with us. There we go. Doors are on. They can stop stealing all my food now. We are good. Officially closed off. Now we really need to focus this training. So let's have a look. We're on 7% and 14%. I'm not sure how high they can go before, how much train they've got to be before they can haul. I think it might be 50%. I'm either making that up or it's true. I don't know. We're going to keep this basic clay going on all of these walls as we dig these out. Okay, we got research points, so we could go fermenting, which might not be a bad idea. Or furniture. I don't think I wanted either of these. And the beehives require tier 2 anyway. I don't know whether I want to just go stone masonry or we get the iron stuff going. I think smelting furnace is important, so that's 30, so we'll wait. I've got it set to 25, but I want to smelt that up real quick to change the door, so let's go to 30 on there. Then I need to figure out how I'm going to do this in a way that we do an actual generic large storage. I'll get this corridor finished before I decide. I do want to go down and then have the storage, but right now it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. I might dig out one of these clay walls and then bring storage through. So if I realistically demolish out these and then we extend this one out, that might be the right play. So let's go for a little bit at a time, and then we'll get this nice store just in here. It will help as we're doing all this, I think. All right, we've got a whole bunch of research ready at the moment. I'm still going to hold fire. Like I said, here comes the raid. So attackers approaching. I think we're good for a couple of hours, but we'll get them all in a moment. I'm just getting this extended. So I've got this. I've renamed it Food and Books. I'm probably just going to make this one large anyway and just keep pushing it this way. But they're coming. They are coming. I'm okay, though. Where are they coming from? So bottom left. Not that close. Okay, before we go any further, let's make sure we expand this. And I'm going to change this to allow some of our basic stuff here. And then we're going to untick that from this one. And we're going to change manufacturer's material to only be raw material outside for now. That should move it all in. I'll have that high priority or very high priority in there. There we go. So that's all good. Let's get them all ready. All right, swimming over from this side. So we've actually got our ranged on the wrong side. Let's get you moved. And they can come and destroy, but they've got to come past the tower. That's the idea. So if they wanted to destroy anything, they have to go through this. But that's a great first shot with that. Good job. Let's go. You're not supposed to get down. Hold ground. Hold ground. Get back up, please. Thank you. And they're coming one by one, so there should be a nice, easy kill here. You're still going down, but great spear shot. Well done. Get him! Now get back up top. That was a great kill, but you're supposed to be up top holding ground. So, and here come the other two. So we got one with a bow here, one with a spear. So that's good that they're focusing that. This one should be... I might send them down. No. Back up, please. Make it so they've got to come up. He keeps going to this, which is weird. There we go. We're good. Just holding them in one spot. And there it is. We are victorious. We could have these surrendered. I'm not going to take him. I want everyone to kill him, to be honest. Let's get him. We take no prisoners here. And then we'll undraft them all. So, I think we're going to need to burn some of these bodies on the pyre. Otherwise, it causes bad mood. So, let's get a pyre just out here. Great first defense there. No problems at all. No damage taken. So, that's great. You can eat those bodies all you want. I think that will absolutely do on our first bit here. So I'm going to get my clay walls in. I'm going to just leave that piece so they can do the corner one first. But that's enough for our storage sorting wise. And I'm going to get all this kind of pulled out because it is annoying. It's very mucky in here. Get rid. Not a bad first few 9 days, almost 10 days in. So doing really, really well. And you can't even see the home. I've just noticed there's actually water below us here, so you could put a well there. But there we have it. Inside at night time, that is 1.8 degrees. That's perfect. So like nothing's going to get bad in there. Now we're going to have to take this one step further. We've got this that is looking good anyway when they do decide to hunt, so we are absolutely fine. Just a really small storage spot. I don't think I'm going to do anything with this room. I'm just going to expand this way. Now we are going to go down from this point. So I'm going to take 2 units out of there and we're going to start going a little bit lower into some lower chambers. And I'm going to make sure that we get this clay in because we're hopefully going to be smelting that real soon. And there is quite a bit of it on the map that we want to just allow because, well, it's just easier, right? Now, our first batch of carrots for seeds are almost done. I don't know if we'll have them, but yeah, we will have them before the bad times hit in the winter anyway. So just getting through that first winter is all we really need. Oh, there's a wild old damson sapling there, damson tree. So it's kind of cool. We've got our apple trees planted too. Just making sure we get our hands on the blackberries when they're done. Got a few of them that are looking pretty ripe over here, so we'll take those. And what we're going to have to do is take this down with a ladder to start. It's always a bit awkward, and then we'll get this moving. Now let's get up a couple of random religious buildings. Restitutionalist. So we're going to need both. Some of them are relying heavily on it, so we are going to need to get those in then. We'll get a shrine for each just close by so they can actually pray should they need it. I think they're going to work on their individual chambers downstairs at some point. Now it's funny because I normally play this game in a ranged fashion and you just defend from the top of like your towers that you build or your castle, right? But this time it's going to work very differently and I'm going to need to figure out how I'm going to play it. And I think it's going to be through traps and stuff. So we could have grated floors underneath that are going to make it really difficult. Right, our research is done. We're going to get into smelting straight away. So this is where it's going to hopefully allow us to get stuff in. So we're going to get a clay furnace. Now they will target this thing and you can put them inside. So we ideally am just hunting a polecat that managed to get inside. We do want to put this somewhere and I might just stick it inside for now. Actually, let's stick it over here and we'll get that moved in when we've got room. Oh, I've just noticed, look, we have 2 little lambs. There we go. We're going to want to train them all. So once they're trained as well, when they have babies, I believe the trained ones come already... Sorry, the babies come already trained. Don't quote me on that. I feel like that is the thing. But we'll see as we carry on. Now, I need to decide what I'm doing. So we're going to have to go 1 step lower or 2 to start doing this one, actually. And like I say, we're going to have multiple corridors. So we're going to bring off from this one. And we're going to go 2 wider there. And we'll start deciding how we do these rooms. I might go 3 across. Let's start with that, and I might start a couple of smaller bedrooms here. Main crafting and stuff, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it. I am winging it, but it's going to be cool underneath. I'm still trying to think how I'm going to do the defenses, but I do feel like we're going to have to lay some traps around this area. For a little while, we're going to be using this thing, so I might need to get someone to hurry up and burn that body too. Once you're done praying, can you prioritize stripping these? We could do with all those goodies, thank you. Free clothes and all that. Tainted though, because someone died. Prioritize what? We need the pyre being built, don't we? Right, this needs to be forever. Burn the bodies. Go, go, go. Seeing dead bodies is going to be a problem. Let's prioritize production, please. Let's go. Fill it with sticks and get them bodies on there. They actually did have a pig face helmet. Iron armor rating's low, but we'll get those bodies burnt. Good news. Look at this. We got a nice amount of linen cloth on the go. Research-wise, we'll probably want to make sure we go into tailoring so we can get winter clothing. Although it's not going to matter too much. Summer clothing first. And let's get the iron ingots forever. Let's get that smelted up. And we'll start our first bit. I really want to get a smelting room in, actually. This would be super cool if we had this kind of up here. Maybe in this little area. Let's go off this one. We'll destroy that out. And we're going to just put in... because it is above. Got to be careful where the bedrooms are. But we're going to go for a smelt room in there. So we'll get multiple. And little bedrooms wise, I think that'll do to start. Right, let's have a look. Manufactured wise, we have a little bit of a component. We've got a little bit of tallow coming in. I'm just seeing we should have... yeah, I see iron ingots there. So we might be able to get those first lot of doors in now, which would help here. But I also want to use that for my crafting. We just got to wait for the research to go. Although clay brick making is there as well. That's 20. Do we want to go into that? It's most likely we will, but I'm just looking at what we want to do. Wood carving or blacksmithing is down this way, isn't it? Which would give us the blacksmith forge, which is pretty damn cool. Steel ingots are a little while off. Blacksmith forge obviously is okay for us to go straight for it. So that might be what we want to do. I'm actually going to mine this out all the way because we've got this clay wall as a bit of a buffer here. I'm thinking we should probably do the same here. It seems like a waste, so we may as well use this as room space, right? And a new settler, what do we have here? There's no fight that's coming of it, which is nice. 19 melee and a good bit of mining. There's nothing special, but I do kind of want to just take everyone. Despicable army cook. We could get them on culinary again. Yeah, there's an 8 animal mining too, which isn't the worst. We'll just change up who and what can manage what. So we'll allow all weapons again. They might even use a bit of a ranged thing there. So get you set with everything that you need. Urgent haul, we do want... I know you're unwilling, but we're going to do it anyway. Now hunting, we'll probably just get them as a main hunt then. But I do think animal husbandry is the one play here. We'll get a bit of mining on. The rest is okay, and then cooking. Yeah, that's cool. So we'll have a bit of a backup. We'll go to a little bit extra on the cooking. We don't have a cook room yet, but we are going to go up to 15 now. Right, bedroom's coming in really nicely on the bottom. That's good. I'm going to get set a couple more trees to be chopped as well. Worth noting that when these grow, they will chop them automatically too, which is nice. So it's quite handy once you've got a full automation flow with it. We'll make sure we've got a few though, because we are going to be spending it on some floor tiles and that. Probably a good idea to get the extra bed in as well, so we don't need to worry about it. So I'll just chuck you by that door for the morning. We're melting iron pretty good. I'm just going to come to raw materials, make sure... yeah, clay is still looking fine. We're going to move into clay bricks, I think. I don't think it's a bad idea getting some of this coal though as well. It's going to be pretty handy. So, oh, there's cattle that have arrived. It would be good if we could tame that, if I'm honest. Should we have a little look? Wildlife, although it may have come in. Yeah, there it is. It is a male though, so not very handy. All right, we have our research goodies now. Well, about to get 25 in. Part of me wants to get the terraforming in quite early though. I've collapsed my ceiling, if you're wondering. So I've accidentally put a hole in. It's because my beams weren't ready in time. They're just coming in now, unfortunately. So we're going to have to fill that in as well. There's all sorts now. I've just noticed you can do this gooseberry bush, blackberry bush. That's amazing. So we're going to put a few of these out. Let's get a blackberry bush spot over there. I did find a gooseberry bush just there, so there must be some out on the map as well. That's really cool. Loads of different variants of ingredients now. Anyway, we're good to go in fermenting, honestly. This would allow us the cheese production. We are going to be getting quite a bit of milk eventually, so this wouldn't be a bad idea. But I do want the brick, so let's go for clay brick making. And I might just stick this inside. I know this seems a little bit weird, although clay bricks are this way, actually. They're going to be putting them on the stockpile, so I don't think for now it is the right play. Put it to the side of the stockpile for now. We'll decide how we're going to do it, because this is going to be stripped real soon. I might be able to even get some beds in down here once we got the floors. I fixed my hole in the roof as well. And I'm going to hopefully get my wooden stairs in. Why can't I put that there? Oh, these guys. Got to mine that one out in order to get my stairs in, haven't I? Might need to do the one above it as well. Let's see. Right, one piece has been removed. Let's see if we can get it in. These are going to be a right pain because we're going to need to try and get to them via something else. I might need to destroy this and then refill it in, which is okay. They can effectively walk across to these guys, so I'll do it via that. Decided I'm going to level everyone's botany, so they all go out and do all this first, I think. We'll just get all of this done. Otherwise, we will run out of food. So I'm just going to destroy out these extra bits here a second, because we're almost there to get at these. So I'm just going to mine that last one out, and then we can get the double stairs down. I didn't play it quite right, but that's okay. And then I should be all right to get this in. So I could demolish that one out, to be fair, and then get the wooden straight stairs in. There we go. Stairs can go in. He's got to sleep down there for now, but once that's in, I can get this next one. And then we'll try and seal this off from higher up. So I'm going to get some more wood on the go again. We're pretty low. And this is what I mean by spreading. Look, you see, we've actually got a couple of them on the non-planted bit now spreading across. So multiple apple, whatever it's called here. The problem is you have to put your planting bits over the top afterwards. So once they've spread, they won't harvest unless I stick a planting spot over the top. So it's easy enough. I'll just literally get the apple tree and just do that. And then they can harvest those as well. It's just something you got to keep an eye on, but it's worth doing. And then it's like this damson tree as well. I might just keep that there as long as I can, but we're going to have to harvest first to get the damsons in order to then unlock the slot for it. And there we go. We got the official stairs in place. I can get my next lot now. So I have 2 sets, a dual baby of stairs, and then I can put my walls back in. I'm going to get wooden floor in here. I'm going to urgent haul all of this out as well. We really need these goats to come haul for us, though. They're nearly there. I did see some of them getting trained up just nicely as well. So we are getting there. 60%. It might need 100 then. 25, 44. I think the young ones might be a bit quicker to train. And we got a bunch more research points now. So I'm going to grab the tailoring bench as well. And we are going to start some basic tailoring. Now, I think we'll get this just in here with the smelting stuff for a moment because it's next to the store anyway. And then we'll start getting in some hats and stuff. There's a beggar. Hello. What are you after? I can talk to the beggar. Well, they're new. Okay, whatever. I'm not interested. I think I am going to grab terraforming in soon because I do want to keep it complete dirt. So I want to cover over this area. I also want to dig this bit out. Obviously, this is going to go. I need to go downstairs, put the beds in, because they are ready. I'm not going to move the other ones. I think what we'll do, actually, is just chuck multiple beds in for a moment, as we've got 5. We'll get those built, and then I'll destroy all of this out and move research and stuff. We have the ability to plant damsons now as well, so I'm going to go ahead and get a bush section for... Sorry, not damsons, gooseberries. We're going to get those in as well. Lovely variety of berries. We are halfway through the summer already, so officially 16 days in. There we go, all the beds are in. Well, 2 more to go. I've destroyed these ones out, so this is officially just a little research barn. Now, I might stick something else in here momentarily just for this stuff. I really want to get the smelting stuff inside, though, because when they attack, they do target these buildings, right? Each thing I've just noticed as well has a stability value. So the limestone wall, as opposed to the clay wall, no, they have the same stability. I'm just going to stick limestone down in the bottom one because around the iron, there's a good amount of limestone anyway. So we can use that for some of the deeper walls. And I'll go ahead and make sure we get some of that because it's pretty handy. And I'll try and make some of the bedroom areas a little bit cozy. I'm just doing these first so I can get a beam in. And clay bricks are up and running, so we can make gold dung brick. Now we are going to make until 100 clay bricks though, because that's going to come in handy to build with. Now we don't have that much raw clay either, so I don't know whether oh, we have quite a bit here actually, I haven't hauled it. I don't know whether I make the switch into some limestone as well. There is a good amount of both, so choice is ours really. Right, we got our tailoring stuff. Should we start with some caps then? So if we come in, I don't think one with the piggy boy one on. We do want probably some, I mean, yeah, we'll go with the normal caps and we'll do these manually. So we'll just say make 5 and we'll make, what is everyone wearing? Winter, 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 winter. Okay, so we've got winter clothing. Shall we, just to level it up, when they're done, we'll get 5 summer clothing as well then for the next time. We do need to get into some form of weapon then. Melee weapon, I'm thinking, for the guys. It is 30 to get into smelting, but then wood weaponry is over this way, so javelins is pretty cool, isn't it? I do want axes though, that is kind of what I want. We got even more babies. I need to start taming all these. It's going to take some doing to get them all tamed, isn't it? That's alright. How are my adults doing? 51. Let's get whoever's doing animal husbandry then needs to just focus on that. Right, there we go. You're also our tailor, so you can just focus on animal husbandry and tailoring. A hailstorm. That will destroy my crops, which is a little bit annoying. Right, I've got my beams ready for this one, so this I can start mining out now. So I can get all of the walls done for this small chamber. And I think it will just make it look a bit cozier. There'll be better thermal properties as well. Because we got that beam in, I should be all right to do this. Now, the craft is coming on really well. We got the hats coming in already, which is fantastic. I do need you training more, though. But it's still good either way. So these guys living downstairs are complaining they don't have any windows. Well, it's tough. You're never having windows. Just how it's got to be, guys. And another merchant has graced us with their presence, this time with some actual followers. They might have some stuff. So we're going to aim to buy from them then. I'm not quite sure what we're going to buy yet, but you've got to come underneath, guys. We're inside. Right, Dunstan, you're going to come and barter for us because you've got the best speech going. And let's see what you've got. Any trouble on your travels? What's that? I haven't heard that. I heard about a bandit camp near Abergavenny. I'd steer clear of it. Someone should do something about them. Ooh, there's a point of interest available. Can I go back to you? We actually want to trade. Ah, so there's little points of interest we can go to. There's a bandit camp that we probably want to deal with then. See, research books, if we can buy them, would be fantastic. It'll save us time. So we're selling 1 male goat, 1 clothing, some are fine with some coal and some books and damson saplings. So I can do a little bit. Ground type, we've got to go on appropriate ground. There we go. We'll just ram in a few of those, so when we get them we can spread damsons across this as well. And I'm probably going to turn this one into one of mine. So multiple great food sources. Now I'm going to have to decide where my library goes at some point, but I want to finish off the bed floors first, so we're going to continue this out. Now I am going to dig all of this out too, so this will make a nice big area, I think. Because we really don't need to waste this, so we can decorate the halls, can't we? That's what I'm thinking. I do want to get the statues because they're important to get in, right? We are a dwarven kingdom underneath, so there's going to be a lot of the furniture around the place, but I've got to think about it by getting another weapon in. And honestly, I think I'm going to have to come into the wooden weaponry stuff, so get that woodworking bench. So I'm going to unlock that one next. And woodwork bench for now. We're not going to make this smelting anymore. I'm just going to get crafting stuff in there for now. Probably the most important thing. I can get one more weapon, just something, a little spear or something will do. Oh, look at that! Gerard arrives. His bones were prominent and his hair fell out in clumps, deep and dirty. Can we say hello? What have we got? Pretty good art and animal handling. Intellect isn't bad. I could get a second one up. Yeah, let's get him in. I want to get down this way because preserving food is pretty damn good, and we want to get onto the cooking stove quite early. So I'm going to unlock preserving and we'll probably get these in. So we want to potentially get in a few shelves. If I just say 3 on these and then we can set these to just be food. Right, I'm just going to force Kip to start crafting up some of these cudgels for now. I think that's important to get it done. So we've got the smokehouse down. We've got the bowyers down, but we haven't got anything going yet. We're still only 22 days in, but if I can get a couple of these out, I think it'll feel much better that everyone's got a weapon, really. Now, it looks like our little smoke hut is coming up, so we're going to set this forever. And I'm tempted to get down a couple of traps here because we are going to be due to get something in. So what I'm going to do is pop in just a few traps around this just to slow them down, do a little bit of damage because you can get bleed damage on those hopefully. And downstairs, let's get the rest of these walls done as well. So we need, what do we need? All of these bits in. So a bit of limestone, and then I'll get the rest of the floors done. And I'm going to urgent haul all this dirt out soon. But this is looking pretty good. I've got to mine out a couple more pieces here. And then the open small corridor is good. And then I'm going to bring this out for some more bedrooms either side. And we're probably just going to build bedrooms that way. Now over here, I'm probably going to make this a dining room now that I think about it. And then we'll branch off through this bit. So I want to reduce this down. And I think I'll dig down. So I'm going to get rid of that one piece. Then we're going to mine underneath. Try and bring this across. And we've got a bit of melee now. So Oriel, is there anything left to do? Okay, Dunstan, you're going to come and craft that, aren't you? And then up next, maybe a couple more ranged. So we can sit up here. We might just have to use ranged until we're ready for axes or something a little bit later on because the attacks are going to get harder. There. The sling was pretty good, I thought. So I might get a couple of those in. Who's my main tailor? We said tailoring 0, but we want someone who's quicker. 15. Jehota, come and focus on that, please. And then tree-wise, we're going to want to chop a few more down. I'm not even checking these now. I'm just going to cut them. We're going to have our own really soon anyway. I need to expand these. Oh, wow. The slings were super quick. Where are they then? I need to find them. I see a bit of milk and stuff going on the storage as well. All right, who has a bit of better marksman then? Let's have a look. 6. Oh, here we go. We have a raid. 2 archers, 1 fierce marauder, 3 marauders. Let's just pause a second because I need to get some melee done then. We have 2 range. They have 2 range. We should be absolutely fine. So one by one, they're going to come in. I could run at them and kill them nice and quick. They've got to come all the way around here. Here they come. And then these guys, we're hopefully... Yeah, the melee ones are the ones we want to do the damage to first with this ranged, hopefully. Right, he's hit him, but he hasn't done anything. Good hit. No. See, they got their mind of their own. They're a bit weird. You'll have to let me know if there's a way to just stop them doing anything. I want them to hold here. There is this whole ground, though, which in theory should be the one. But as they climb up, though, we should be able to hit them. Get back up. There we go. Get them, guys. Oriel, come here. Gerard, you're taking a bit of a beating there, buddy. And then Jehot, there we go. That's good. Gerard, we want you to stay over this way. Someone's fallen asleep or passed out. Gerard's fallen asleep. Jehota, come and attack this one as well. We're all good. Spear has a bit of range, I think. Slow and steady. There's another one. Let's get this one. Get him, guys. That's it. Just... Oh, yeah, you're fine. That's ranged. Go, go, go. That worked out really well. And we got ourselves some weapons as well. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to kill him. Everyone attack this sucker. Get him. He did just catch him. He might bleed out here. Right, we got a little bit of bleed and we got a little bit of saving to do, but all in all, pretty damn good. We got a couple of spike traps. I need to make this better now. For this, I'm probably going to move back. Right, so we want it at our entrance here. So the only way up is kind of they have to go through us. Through a doorway that we can just look down on. Now, you need a bow to train with, so I'm going to get rid of the sling, and we're going to say, let's just get 3 bows. If, like, ranged is strong, but until we get armor and axes, there's not a lot we can do. So we're going to go that route. Right, I'm now going to mine down this way. So what I'm going to do is stick a ladder in here, then we're going to start branching off. So I'm going to build a corridor and do a room this end, because I am going to dig this out. Let's have a look at what we can hunt then. Let's have a look, because we're getting into what's going to be the autumn and stuff. We need to be careful. I think deer are absolutely fine, and honestly, oh, there's like pheasants as well. I think we'll start getting some breezes inside now as well with furniture. They're going to get a bit cold, so we're going to have to stick them throughout the rooms. We'll get one in here. That should help keep everywhere nice and warm. Right, anything that's flimsy in quality as well, I'm going to tell them to break it down for wood. So we can always do that. I don't think we need this anymore, so I can get rid of that one. Wood and mechanical we're going to need, and then, yeah, the dismantle we're going to say forever. So forever dismantle anything below quality. And we got a nice amount of food. We are coming into, obviously, the colder months, so I need to make sure we are cooking those off. Got a nice amount of carrots filling up on the shelves here. So I'm probably going to get more, and I'll go for them either side or just around this, right, as we build through. And they're copied to have just food on. We'll do a whole weapon room and everything. I'll kind of like fragment all of that out as well. Right, braziers are on, so we should start to see a bit of warmth. And so it's starting to actually look like something a little bit better than just a shack. Right, we got some nice beds and stuff, but once they got their own separate rooms. It takes numbers to get your mining done a bit quicker anyway, and I really just am prepping for the winter on the first one, and then it should all really speed up. Once a couple of these bows come in, we should be good. It looks like most of them have them on, so they're going to go and hunt for it. There we have it. These are all good, and they are set to very high with food on them. Very nice. So I have no concern, well, for now on the food. We just need them to actually start cooking them up. Right, I'm going to make sure Oriel is now focused purely on cooking, because we're getting behind on that. That should be what you're doing. Stop your hunting, please. Now that this is done, I should be able to mine out this one, and we'll start bringing this out a little bit. Hopefully they can get in there to do that, and I'll need to get in, obviously, the wooden ladder. And then hopefully we can get down and mine all that up. All right, we have 23 on the research as well. I am tempted just to get better furniture and stuff. There's not really anything I need right this very moment other than trying to maybe get down to the cooking. So I'm going to save to the 30 so I can get to the stove inside. So what we want then is the cooking to be nice and close, don't we? All right, temperature really starting to drop outside now. We need to make sure we're prepped with fodder. We don't want our animals to die. Got a little bit. The feeder's okay, but we need to make sure it's good. I need to urgent haul all this food in. We've got 16 meals now, but I'm going to make more. We can really get one of these trained. We're so close. They are not quite there, look. They're all really, really close, but we just haven't quite got them there. We got a few at like 80%, so we're nearly there for them hauling for us. Then the game is so much easier. I've been quite slow on that, so I've just switched them to get that done. Okay, research-wise, then we got our 30. So we want to get the cooking stove. Let's get that in. I'm going to hopefully squeeze this in. I'm going to relocate this one. I can't go there, can I? Can I move that one? No, this room's not huge. Right, we'll stick it down there. I'm going to move this around. Just get the stove in there. This probably needs to just come out for now. I'm going to demolish out the little campfire now because we've got this in. So, lovely cooking stove. The good thing here is we can pickle the vegetables. 10 vegetables makes 10 pickled vegetables. We're going to say until you got 25 and then pickled, we're going to say... I mean, just pickle 10 veg, right? And before I forget, we should probably fish. Because fish are a very good way for us to get food in. So I'm just going to mine a tiny bit of salt because that acts as our preservative, I think. So we'll get a couple of those in. Cellar flooded. Groundwater has found its way through the earth walls into your cellars. Prevent this recurring by building cellar walls with different materials. Oh my god. Hello. I wasn't quite done with that. How the hell do I get it out? Bit awkward. I guess it disappears once we're done. I don't know. We'll start mining that out then. So I'm trying to look and plan out how I'm going to do this. So imagine this isn't here, right? I'm thinking we do a corridor of traps. We want to move everything inside eventually. I just need to get it all prepped downstairs. So I might need to do a big switch towards mining very soon and just get them all slamming it through. So I think we can safely start to go... Remember, we can only go 5 by 5 until we have to get a pillar in. So I'll make sure I have that ready. And then we'll get a pillar in the middle. And we'll need to put in the actual walls as well. So I'll just start prepping that ready. Yeah, I've just noticed the smokehouse doesn't like to be inside. So I'm going to put this outside. Keep this nice and close again. Move that out of the way. That gives us a bit of room in here so I can put my... well, hopefully my... table and stuff needs to go in. I'm really full though, so we really need to get onto the furniture for the bookshelves. So I'm going to unlock that next because we're going to have a world of pain if I don't get it sorted, and we're just for now going to slap some bookshelves across these. It's a nice easy way to hopefully fill them out, and I don't mind just having the bookshelves anyway. They're not a problem. Might need a bit more wood though. Right, let's get these books moved. I'm going to say no books. Hopefully on this one, and they'll move it across. Let's get them to quick haul that. We'll have some space. Most of it's iron. I need to sell it or use it, really. It's also very good to get better beds. So it's just hay and wood, which is probably a good thing to change to. A couple of wooden hay beds. I do want to get the bathroom, extra bedrooms done really soon as well. I'm just going to start putting these in, though, so I can move the other ones out. Oh, here we go. Another new settler as well. This time I don't need to fight either. Culinary 19. That's a no-brainer then. So we're going to change you probably to that. You're not in a very good way. Now they come with a flimsy spear, a bit of armor. Okay. And what I say, all apparels. Jobs. You have to be a cook. 19 culinaries. Nothing they really like. So let's get you focused on that. And we'll probably make them haul. So when they're not cooking, hauling. That's perfect. So that should help quite considerably for us to get a load of jobs done. And I really want to get this sorted. Building inside is much harder to get up and running. It's much easier to throw up wooden structures early on to make like a wooden castle and stuff than it is to dig out and mine and make your walls better. I do want to probably switch to full limestone inside. It does make more sense. All right, start digging this out. So we're going to go 2 that way, and then we'll start probably get another room this way. So if I just start digging so I can kind of patternize it. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to use like too little space, if that makes sense. These just need to be nice little rooms so I can get extra bedrooms in. Again, the more people we get in, obviously it's going to cost us more. Food is fantastic right now. We got a whole bunch of raw, so we're looking really good because of the fishing. And we've got a good haul before the winter. We are 29 days in now, but I should be able to flip to a stupid amount of mining very soon. And the quicker we can get the section set up, the better. Defense-wise, I mean, 4 bows. I'm pretty happy with that. It should take quite a lot on just up this little tower. You'll be surprised how much you can kill with that. I am tempted to move this tower, though, to be higher up this end. So kind of fix up something up here. Just stand over the top of our building. And I could do it along this. As an example, just hit some wooden floor like that and then just start to build around this. And we can make limestone walls just to show like a fortified position, right? That's what I'm thinking. And then up here we can have a ladder or 2 that come across, and then we can get our tower things up there. That blocks them walking this way. They can get across it on top of here, but we can block this off as well. All right, so this is looking really good. I'm going to keep going then. So as we get to that point, we don't want this to collapse at all, so I need to make sure I do this right. But we're going to bring these out. I'm going to keep getting the limestone walls across the front edge of this one. And I'm going to get something in the middle to act as the beam to go across. So we're going to just build that up. This is going to be, I think, the library zone. And then these 3 are going to need to come out because it wants us to stop the flooding. So we're going to have to get all of these pieces mined to become limestone. I don't know if the water will drain out once I've done it. At 22 points then done. We've got skittles. We've got banners. I don't need to worry about that. We've got wall stuff. All of this can be sold as well. I just don't think it's beneficial to us right now. I definitely want stone carving at some point. I do think smelting is the next step, though. I'm going to get multiple ladders in place on this so they can come up and get on top of the walls. Now, I just need to make this, like I say, block this one off. I think I might just limestone block that. We've got so much lime. Oh, no, that's dirt. We don't have that much limestone now. I managed to stop the water. So, yeah, by getting all the wall pieces in, it does stop the flood, which is good. So water has completely gone. I'm just building this out, so hopefully we're good. These guys are free to come through here now. So we've got our bedrooms coming in. So I should be able to start getting the doors on these 2. And I'll probably just stick them right in here, actually. So I may as well just make this the room. I'll start moving these around a little bit. I want to preemptively get a few in anyway. I already need 7 separate ones. This is only going to be 4. But it's coming along. I'll just show you the storage bit down here is looking pretty cool. So we're just starting to get the beams in. I've got a little bit of a plan on how I'm doing it. So I'm just knocking in one and then sticking in the beam each time. This doesn't need to be huge. I just need it enough to probably mine these out. As long as I don't build above it, we should be all right. And then this will act as probably a little library research area. So we'll have, then I can get rid of this. So I'll move this down into there. And we're almost in winter. Food looking really good. Anyway, I think we're okay. 31 days in, so I'm not going to worry about too much. I'm just making sure our food is getting hauled in, so that's what I'll do. Still no one trained yet, I don't think, enough to haul. 81. We're almost there. There's a lot over 75. So almost there. So defensive above the entrance point, I think, is pretty cool. Actually, what I can do is just mine this out, right? If I mine all this, they can't get to us anyway. That doesn't expose us at all. That's fantastic. So that's actually perfect. And then we need to decide what we're doing here. So we're probably going to need another room off the side of this one. That doesn't go over this at all, so that's good. And now we're going to start making sure these walls get put in. I'm going to get a couple of braziers down in here. These are almost ready for bedrooms now. I can obviously... these walls are going to get replaced around the edge. I'm going to start with these singular pieces. I don't want them all to be exactly the same, so I wanted to try and get that sorted. I think I can leave that little indent and use this wall just fine. And then I can go with these guys out, and then we can get those replaced. We found 239 gold. Holy moly, that's great. Where did we find that from? Ah, see, we are dwarves. All right, we've managed to get ourselves 2 sheep that have wandered in as well. So hopefully they'll go in the pen. That will give us permanent wool. I'll make sure they're just ticked for goat and sheep so they can come on in. I probably want to get 1 more trough in here as well. So I'll stick a 2nd trough next to it. That should be enough to feed these guys. Have we got anything? We probably want to try and get a little bit more just before the winter now. So I'm going to get as much fodder as I can. That's the right thing to do. And we've got our 30. So let's get blacksmithing. Although we're not quite ready for it yet. Rune-wise, we'll get it anyway. Okay, mining that out then does leave us exposed on this little bit. So we might want to put a little bridge over the top. But that does mean they can't get into our tower now. So once this is mined out, that's fine. I can get merlons on the top of here. We can have a separate floor on this one, which I will just do in wood. And then we'll go merlons around the top of this for now. I know it's not ideal if they're above us, but we should be... I think we'll try and focus on mining this out. I don't know how deep we can go with it. I should be able to mine 1 layer out and we'll be fine though. Right, in here we're going to stick some weapon racks. So this is going to be a basic little tower, but I am going to make sure weapons get stored in here. It just makes a lot of sense. So I can turn it off on this pile here. Now this won't stay up there. This is just to get it out of the way for now. So let's turn off weapons on the warfare tab. That should clear a few of these nodes and then we can just stuff them in here. Now they've mined out most of this. Is still weird. I'm going to have to keep digging further so I can take a nice layer off, but we don't want them anywhere near us here. So we basically want to level it out so it is flat above us. We are pretty much there. We're looking really good down here now. We've kind of hit level with this so I can get I can continue my limestone on, which is pretty damn awesome. Okay, we have officially got a hauling goat. Oh, finally. Let's go, goat. He's already out. Look at him go. There he is. He's hauling everything for us. We're never going to have to worry about that anymore. Even just that one being trained. Obviously, these are nearly done as well, but it means we can focus on everything else, which is fantastic. And food, just amazing. We're almost in winter, though. So I need to make sure everything has the braziers in. So for now, it's looking pretty good. Oh, new settler then. Who is it? We can say no, remember? We can say no. Depends what's attacking us. I don't think I'm scared of that at all. I think I'm going to say yes. Not that good, but I think the more the merrier, right? We can just... We'll have them mining. So come on in. Now, search party is going to come. I could probably get them up here in time if I get the merlons on, which is probably sensible. So let's do it. There we go. We're going to go for this nice, cool fort looking thing up here. I can have another door here, actually, as like a fallback as well. That's super cool. And then, yeah, I'm going to cut. So let's get some trees. We should have that done. So I can strip all this away then. And then what I can do, what I'm thinking is I strip this down as well, so they just can't come around this. And then we move all this nice and close. These can go inside, and then we can just have this stuff right by the entrance. If they try to attack it, they'll get hit by us here. So the good thing about this is, for them to get in, they have to come directly up 2 ladders. And we have our weapon stores in here now. And you can, I think we could set another way, but either way, this is nice and high, right? So you have better range as well. And everyone's pretty much ranged up, which is great, so we'll be good. I could have made these stone, but I'm just... The wood merlons are fine. So if they are below, look, by the door. So we could put in a door here as well, so they'll stand and try and attack this. We probably want to bring this out to this level footing bit here. So what I'm going to do, just to prep this a tiny bit more, is bring that there. So if they come around, look, they can't actually get on top. There's no way for them to physically climb in. I've got one more that I probably want to get rid of there, just so I've got something. But if they come around, they're still stuck. The only way in is through this, right? So then what we do is move the traps over this way, so we can stagger them. Because I'm not even sure if my guys can go over the top of them, if I'm honest. I have no idea. So I should be able to move them all in. And I've got some silly ones placed, haven't I? I've got one over here. So melee have to come through this. Now, I don't know if my people can walk over them, like I said. I think they can. As all that's ready, then let's break all this down. Let's do it. Boom. Goodbye, original terrible little fort. You have served me well. Now, what is it for the next defensive stuff, actually? 30, isn't it? You get the wooden traps. They are much, much better. It's one larger mechanical component, though. And then we can get onto metal traps, which is the iron ingots. I'd be better off waiting for those. And then you get onto the big boy stuff, don't you? Tool gates, and then we can get onto training down this way. There is a lot more than before. Yeah, settlers gather here when draft, so you can draft them, they'll automatically run. What else have we got? Large bell and a war table. And then you've got all the siege equipment over this way too. So your siege equipment off the top of there could be pretty cool. I do want to just do throwing axes though, I can't lie. I think it's safe to say we can relocate this downstairs now. And let's put it again. So all of our, whatever they're called, are going to come in here. So I'm going to relocate it this way. And there is room to expand it. I might keep going back that way then, actually, and make it come out maybe this far, because we're going to take room for the next tier books as well. And then we'll put the bookshelves along this. Right, now that goat is up, do you know how much more efficient it is? It's insane. So, like, we don't ever have to carry anything again, like the food and stuff. That's why everything just seems to be working much better. It's so clever. I love this new thing where you attach them to the walls and it automatically rotates too. That used to be annoying. You have to manually do them all, but not anymore. And there's our second goat trained. Perfect. I might even turn the other ones off. Although, no, we'll just leave them being trained, actually. We've got a couple of babies as well. Not sure if they're trained, they sell for more. I think the blacksmith forge, is this better outside? Oh, we need limestone brick for that anyway. We can't do that until we get on to the stone block cutting. So I'm going to have to unlock that anyway. So we'll get the stonemason's bench. I think for now I'll stick it on here. I can probably cover this one over with some wooden flooring. All right, here we go then. The raid is coming in 3 hours. That's fine. I'm just going to fill these guys in. I probably could have took that to the wall there, but that's okay. And then these guys will kind of just hold ground here. That should be all right. Yeah, they're coming. They're coming along the top. So this should be interesting. Oh, no, they are coming down. Their quickest way is through this ladder bit here, which is interesting. If they do come down, hopefully we can do some damage before they get in. What are they doing? Is he building a bridgeway across that? Ah, look at that. He's coming along to build a gate to get these guys across, but it isn't going to work. So nice shot. Oh, and the trap's firing, doing a bit of damage there. So these guys should, hopefully, be able to start clapping them. So we got some good damage off on those, didn't we? A couple across the top that might come, so we need to be careful. Carl's going to take a beating, hopefully. Attack Carl. Come back up. Let's let them come up. Let them come up. Oh, there. He's got him in the back. There we go. If you get him in the back, by the way, it does way more damage. I forgot about that, actually. Which is awesome. Go, go, go. They're all coming up. Oh my god, Dunstan. Dunstan's passed out. We're good, though. Good job. Let's keep going. Get them. Looking good. We're still fine. So we need to find a better way. I didn't realize they could build across, which is pretty cool. This is why you need to separate that out then. So I'm going to go and attack these with everyone now. I think Dunstan should be okay. I'm going to get these guys. I'm going to send them out. Although they're going to die in a minute anyway. So pretty cool. Dunstan took another hit. Good. Dunstan, everyone needs to be undrafted. Go, go, go. Heal. Thank you. So yeah, further makes sense for us to bridge all this gap out. The Dunstan's back up and running anyway, so we're all good. Those traps did work. So the traps, if I can fill out even more of the better traps, will be good. We are officially in day one of the winter as well, though. Are they lighting those braziers? Now they are. So downstairs should be all good. Yeah, 22 degrees down here. All looking good. I think we're ready for continuing this on now. Trying to get ourselves a new bed or two in here as well. And I'm also going to get herbs planted for myself because it's not something we did. So let's get some healing done. We have a little bit of room this way now. So probably let's get a small herb patch in this area too. No necessarily botany skills yet, but when we have it, hopefully we can grow our own. We don't actually have a barn for these guys either. Probably want to work on that. Should we get them a small barn done? I'll attach it into this one. So let's maybe go just a wooden barn this way. Does not need to be big. Just enough for these guys to kind of come inside. And we're looking pretty good in the library now. So let's get a few more in this way so I can move this along. So we know we're probably going to stick something there. Nothing's going to go on this one. And nothing's actually going to go along these. So we're going to place where we can on these ones. I'll probably do for now along the same this side then. Let's go to there. Means I can keep these ones here for now, but we are going to have to move them. The way these are stacked on top doesn't work. So I'm going to have to delete a few of those out. Probably need a brazier down there too, actually. So let's get one in the middle. Now these don't have to be clay. I'm going to go for the iron ingot one down here because it looks pretty cool. Might get 2 there. And then as we go along, we can put braziers through the middle. Now, there's a couple of wall torches I want to do as well. I know that now's not necessarily the time, but I want 2 on these front bits as lights as well as you come in. What was that? Level up your settlers 100 times. Go me. There's like a whole bunch of new achievements on this. I did check. There's like 60 new achievements as well. Oh, there's loads of gold over here. There's 320 more gold there. Can we smelt that up yet? I can. Oh, we're going to smelt the gold forever as well. That's amazing. So we can make some money from that. And there we go. Down here should be nice and warm with a double brazier coming in as well. You'll see here now we've dug this out. Look, all of this is exposed. So we're going to just need to... I don't know if they can damage it, but I'm going to get it in anyway. Don't think you can go on top of the beam there. Look, that's a problem. Oh, no, it does. It does. Okay, that's fine. We just filled that out then. I really don't like where these clay bits are. So we can have it as just a bit of a wooden walkway over there. That's fine. So stick traps wise, I'm going to put in some more. Because I'm fairly certain my stuff can walk through them just fine. I'm going to start sticking on some nice little, just some lights and decorations along the wall. So outside the doors makes sense, doesn't it? That's going to go all the way to there. That shouldn't affect us. That's right to where we want to go. So nobody can get in and around. I should probably do it on this one too. Let's do that. And we'll take it all the way to the back bit. Where the mining can happen, we'll take it out. Yeah, that hits to our wall anyway, so that'll be fine. And then I'll probably do the same here. There we go, guys. You'll see we have this tiny little barn thing here. I'm just going to fix this fence. All right, we have 32 research points. What do we want to go into next? Tailoring for armorer's table is a great idea. I don't have the separate rooms for any of this yet, though. So I think we can just kind of go into research 2. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start prepping this in. So we're going to get that second one done. And I really want to get a dining area sorted as well. So I need to change this up. But we'll get this tier 2 research on this entrance point here. And then we'll get just 20 of those done. And then we'll move all this out. So I need to sort what we're doing with this. And I don't think I'll be coming out this way. So what we want to do is go ahead and take out some of these. I'm not going to go any lower either. Don't need to on this bit. And we're just going to make this work through here. So we'll go singular corridor into... should we just branch off both? I don't want to go above this. So we need to make sure I'm careful. So I can go this far. But it does need to be corridored in. So if I just start digging it out... So we'll go, let's go double, and then we'll go double this way as well. So let's just carve the hallway first. That's sensible, isn't it? And then we'll plan the rooms accordingly. I think I can go, yeah, I can keep coming this way. If I bring that along, this will be the corridor, and then I can put rooms off this. And we're going to have the separate, we're going to get all of these into their own woodworking, armoring, all that sort of stuff as well. And then this can become the dining hall. And I might expand this. If I go above there, is that going to be a problem? Probably. And now I have true separation between the tower and the entrance point of this. I think we're good to continue this on. And I might... Yeah, that's good. I think that is absolutely fine. I just need this to go. So I'll take this piece out. And then this is completely opened out then into a hallway. That should be enough room for eating. I can fit 2 tables in there. That should be more than enough. Right, a merchant has arrived. So I need to pick my best speechcraft here. And Dunstan is a speechcraft 14. Where's the merchant? Here he is. Let's go barter. Let me see what wares you have. What is a blooms of battle? Ooh, I have no idea what that is. Do you reckon that means you're going to level up your fighting? So here then, we probably want to get rid of a couple of goats. We don't necessarily need too many. How many sheep have I got? Yeah, Folocks you can go as well. So that's 52 already. Is there anything we want to grab from them? 315 limestone brick. We're good. Do you want to buy gold ingots or are you not bothered? Yes, they do. 470 a pop. Look at this. So I am going to sell all of those and we're going to grab in what we think is right. They are Blacksmith Forge. We can just straight buy one for 555. We have it. I mean, that's good enough, right? We'll take 11 Chronicles for a couple of our goats and some gold. That's actually fantastic because that means I already then have a whole bunch. I know you can buy the tier 2, but it means they can focus on the tier 2, right? And that takes me back up. Alrighty, this is looking good. So we've opened this one out. I need to separate this out and make this proper wall though. Otherwise, they're going to complain big time. So I'm going to have to do that one first. So let's get rid of you two. Actually, same goes for you. We're going to have to dig those out. So they're going to become actual walls. Now remember, they can come around for the traps here. So we're going to block off these two bits. So I'm going to, I mean, I kind of want the dirt thing then. It's at 30. So we've got 24. I might get that so I can start using some of this. So rather than digging this out, I might want to keep that completely blocked. Do I want to do that? Or do we just block off this back bit here? I think we just block off the back bit. Let's just get 2 limestone walls in there, and then they have to come in this front way. I could do it so there was traps both ways, but I think that's right. Well, we'll play it by ear, right? We're going to have a fort, unfortunately, and then everything else has to stay inside. And now we're in. Do we want to go into the limestone block walls through here? Probably, as we have plenty of them. We've used them all up. Let's make this more into the tune of something fancy. I'm going to have to do the same for these as well. So if I line up where our walls will be, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Now, like I say, I'm not going to put room above this one. It's going to have to come this way. So let's plan this out. Let's say doorway here. That can be one room. We'll have them separate. I think you can put some in with each other. So if you click them, I think there's bonuses by having them in certain things. Yeah, these brick walls look lovely, don't they? I probably want to move into that then. Now that I've got all these limestones down here, I think for the bedrooms, they look kind of nice like this. But I think for this section, I might want to change all of the clay into these. So I can't help myself. I feel like I'm going to have to. So I'm going to slowly but surely get all of these moved into the proper limestone blocks. Just because they look much nicer. All right, we got our points in now. So should we go to the better defense ones? The wooden. It's mechanical though, but it does give us the reinforced door. So I also want the terraforming though. Let's get this then so it's done, because that does take us down into the better ones, and actually that does mean we can go metal traps. The wooden ones are pointless. We're going to try and get into these, and we need to make mechanical components. I also need to get my blacksmith bench in, so one of these rooms is going to be that. This is quite an extravagant build I'm going for, actually. Now think about it. It's quite it's way more than I thought it was going to be. Now I'm just planning in some beams on this one, by the way, guys. So I'm going to get a little beam in the middle here, and then I can dig this out, because I just realized that is still dirt and we don't want that. I also want to replace these though with the limestone, so I've got to be really careful we don't collapse it. Yeah, this is looking good when you replace it. I like that. So just expanding this so it is covering this room. This is absolutely fine. So butcher room, just need to break down a couple more of these, so we'll go with those two. I'm going to strip this into a normal wall along here now, because we've got the beam up, so I should be able to do that. Yeah, a couple of wall torches in. We'll go to the right of these doors, but I just need to dig this one out. I think we'll be okay to smash those, but anyway, this might open up a little bit, so I've got to be really careful. And I think we're finally ready for my blacksmith table down in the forge. This probably needs to be outside, but it just affects the usage. I'm going to get it in anyway, and I'm going to get rid of you, and we are in fact... No, I'm not. That's fine. I can keep this part of the wall going there. I get a little brazier in there or something, a little iron one. And then this one, I haven't finished this yet. That needs to go. This all needs to go. And we'll make that into the better room. And there it is. We've got this in, so we can now make mechanical components. 15 metal. Smithing 20 though. So mechanical, we're going to say until 10. We want the better ones. We can get the bird eye. I don't know if that's how you say it, or short sword. Shackles we don't need. We want to smelt forever, but we want to make sure only flimsy quality for now gets smelted. So we'll have that at the top. And then mechanical components, we're going to wait. We're going to want axes, aren't we? But it's nice to have it set up, and then we'll get in. Honestly, hold on before I check. No, it's good when it's inside, so that's perfect. We're going to get the proper flooring in. And let's go for... Clay bricks are going to come in, so I am just going to do clay brick in here when we've got them. All right, let's start moving some of these out. Let's go for woodworking. I need to remember what we have. Wooden components probably want to get rid of. I'm going to move both of these woodworking into this one, and then we'll relocate you. So that's like a wood workshop. That should be fine. Then we'll need tailoring. So this is looking good for extra rooms anyway. So what I can do now is really start to go to town on this section. So I can come in here. We can have entrance point. And then we're going to aim for a little tailor shop in here. And in all of the craft areas, we are going to go for the clay brick floor. We now have iron doors that we need to replace the front door with as well. So I might wait until the next attack. But we also can make our skeps, so we'll need to get those in. I'll probably put skeps inside of this bit. They need to be covered as well. And there we go. Nice little tailoring shop. I think these are all good. 120%, 110, 110, 110. Good. So we got 3 of those done now. I'm going to continue to break these down. I was going to go above these, to be fair, and put a bit of flooring and make this a tiny bit bigger. Now, I am going to lose my beam here, so I've got to be careful when we're doing this one. So we may as well do these 2, then replace. But I'm going to go back one. What we're going to do is this. And then I'm going to slowly replace these with the nice stone brick in there. Now, I'm just going to prep a couple more bedrooms as well. So we're going to get another person soon. I've just got to be careful when I do all this, because it is going to fall apart. So I need to replace this one. Get my beam in. So we're going to go for a wooden beam straight off the top of this. And then we'll have to get limestone, replacing these as we dig them out. And another settler. Who have we got? No one's very good that's coming. Carpentry 14. I mean, yeah, come on. I'll take you anyway. I've got no bed for you or anything, but come on in. He's coming with an axe, so it feels like he's the right person for the job here. I think I can now get the stone ones in. I don't know. The aesthetic value is higher on those. I don't think that matters. It's just to keep them a little bit happier. But once these are in, like, I can demolish all these out and we're good to continue on. It should be safe to start smashing these down in favor of the limestone blocks. And research-wise, let's not forget we have loads here now. So we can, in fact, get our hatchets and throwing axes on the go. So, throwing axes, iron ingot, and wood. Holy crap, yes. This is so cool. Let's, we need to start mining. We're going to say until you have 10 throwing axes, we're going to equip everyone with that. I don't know if they one-time throw, you know what I mean? So we're going to go mine a bunch of iron now. Yeah, we don't have any iron smelted, so we're going to get extra smelters in. There isn't that many, so we'll get in a couple of iron nugget spots. Still a good bit of limestone here too, so we'll get that in. And then over this way, we'll just let them smash out the smelting. And that new person I need to sort out. Before I forget, we're on 10 people now. So God, sir, you're gonna do stewarding. That's gonna be your highest priority. And then we're gonna get you also crafting. Is that smelting or is that smithing? Smelting furnace is smithing. Cool. You're gonna be number 1 on that then, permanently working this to get us iron. And then I probably want to get some great axes and some hatchets, and I might make a couple of those. So we'll just do like a, not hatchet actually, I might get a great axe. Beggar can go away. I'll get 2 great axes in. Now, worth mentioning, we are 46 days in now. We have been hard at work with all of this, haven't we? Hey, achievement, forging ahead, craft 10 weapons. We are getting some, it's quite good actually. We're getting some throwing axes in. I think they hold the throwing axes. I'm going to have a quick look. I feel like they do. So if I come into manage here, I don't see that they have them, but they do seem to be picking them up from somewhere. Let's have a look if they're in our thing. There's nothing in our weapon stores, so they must be somewhere. All right, we're coming into the last day of winter. Food, we finally got pretty low on it. I think we have obviously a little bit of raw and we're okay on some. There is a tiny bit of berries should we need them here. There's a couple of wild ones we can get a little bit of berries off just to keep us going as well. Let's see if there's any fish. All right, there are no fish, but we could go out and hunt then. So let's switch our focus to that. We have been doing anything other than this, so there is a lot here. We'll try and get the deer. We'll start with 3 of them. Hopefully that'll bring us in enough. I could slaughter some of these as well. We have a lot of animals. There we go. We got some meals and slowly butchering up. Happy days. Well, that should see us through, and then we'll just get the rest. There's a couple of polecats if I want to grab those as well, but I think we should be fine. We mined up and got a good amount of stone, so we can continue on breaking and rebuilding this clay stuff inside. I actually want to do these ones first, though. Just the outer walls are complete stone, and it'll look pretty cool. Right, we have maximized what we have here, so I'm thinking we go into the metal traps now. Because we have a few of these, I should be able to get them in. So I've got 5 of these guys, so we'll get them in there when we've got the iron ingots. Or 4 that end at least anyway, and then we'll start replacing some of these. So I have a whole walkway of traps, I think. Let's check our seeds and see what we're working with. So I've got 16 more carrot seeds. What I'm going to do is expand this as far as it'll go. There we go. And ripe is good. Do we have anything else? I have 156 flax seeds. I definitely don't need more, but I might expand this field anyway. Just that bit more. Just because we're going to need a bunch. Oh, wow. You need 30 construction skill to make the metal anyway. So, who's our best constructor? 28. Kip's almost there. I probably want Kip to build loads more stuff there. So, we should be able to finish that soon. And we want to get in a new table for starters. So, we're going to go for maybe a medium table. I can get that in here. This will go with... I think we'll go for the better wooden chairs, maybe? Ooh, iron chair. Very nice. Nice big table here. And then I'm going to get this relocated. So simple meals and pickled veg. We're going to move that over this way. Hit a couple of rugs and stuff here. We'll have the main food hall then. That'll look quite nice, I think. I can deconstruct all of those. We'll make do with this. I think we need some lighting up in here as well. Let's have a look at what we can get. Gold wool tool. Iron ones are a little bit nicer. So we'll get these on the... Probably just a couple dotted around the food room. I want to point out how much raw food we got just from the hunting lot. It's crazy. 1 deer, the amount you get from it. So just a couple of those sees you through big time. And that should keep us going, to be fair, before the growth is done on these. So 3 days and 8 hours. And then we got a few of our trees running. Just double checking no more have spread. I think all the ones that are here at the moment I've got attached to me. Let's have a look. We're looking good on a few of these. Should we get beekeeping done? That's a pretty good one as well. We can probably get those moving. So when we've got hay, we'll get a couple of skep. Now, plants nearby for bees to use. So these skep things we're going to have to put in. This has changed. So it counts in our trees over here, which is fantastic. So production speed is increased. If we honestly try and get it in between bushes, it would be even better. So over here, there's a 69%. I don't think you can have them by each other. So we'll have another one over here. Okay, that makes sense. Then probably one in the trees. So as they grow out, we'll get even more. It does mean they can get destroyed potentially by attackers, though. You know what? Fermenting might not be a bad shout either now. So let's grab that. It's quite cheap to do, and we can just make sure that we don't worry about anything again. So let's get this. Honestly, if I can squeeze, yeah, in here might work just fine. I'm going to put it in that corner there. This does work quite well. We only have 10 seats, so we will need more. Maybe the butcher table goes elsewhere. We could honestly feed it off this, actually. So if we put butcher table maybe in this section off this, then we get this as the actual cooking area. I can get 2 tables in here. That makes sense. Still relatively close to the food stores as well. I also need to get some flooring in down here. What have we got loads of then? Limestone brick. Limestone block floor could go in down here. This should be more than enough for library space, actually. So I'll start filling in that too. Is it construction 29? I'm pretty sure Kip is going to hit. Yeah, construction 29. He needs 4,600 more XP to get to level 30. And then we can do our metal traps, which is fantastic. So I don't think I'm too concerned once we've got those in. 2 floors. I could even put some traps here. I'll relocate the limestone brick thing down in the corner here. Probably want to do the same for these, so I might strip this guy out now. I need to move these inside maybe. They can kind of go anywhere though. I do want to strip that back so we can fit them all along this room. By the way, I'm going to build a second station because settlers tend to idle a little bit, so we may as well get another one going, right? And I'm going to get this up to 25. So when they're idling, they can build this. It's funny how you go from like struggling crazy and then you're all of a sudden just crazy idleness as well. So we may as well continue also getting these on then. It really won't take long to level up. That Kip gets like nearly 600 XP, 594 XP per block. Is he already there? No, his construction is 29. He's on 2,100 XP, so I need to probably stop everyone else doing it, but they're bored. Get a second research station on now, both doing 45, so an extra person can do that. I'm going to build some more shelving units and chop a bunch of trees. Right, fermenting, we're going to do just a small amount, and then curdling, I might do forever. We can start making some cheese. I forgot to put that in, but we can start making some alcohol at least. And then we can replace the rest of this. Most of this now is the stone that we want. I'm going to stick a little doorway straight on that. Once this is out, I'm going to put the butchery into there. We're going to move the kitchen into this one. I need one more piece there. And then move this around. I can put another small table maybe in the corner. All right, research coming in nicely. The training stuff is here now, so we can make them stronger. There's also a little bit more stuff we can do. Brewing station might be a good one. I have no idea what the Scholar's Lectern is. That was all new to me. And I might get... let's wait for cartography. There's 2 more, which we're going to have in a moment. At least we can send out or trade if we need to. We can go out on the map. Although, saying that, it's not actually something I necessarily need. Because I don't need to go out on the map. Maybe Armorer's Table. Let's go to that. Because I'm pretty sure we should be able to stick that in with this. So if we relocate this brazier out the way a second. Oh, that's huge. Right, we're going to need to destroy these guys out. That actually works really nicely in there. Look, just slots in. And I need more wood. I think these guys are getting it done though. Now I am prepping 2 more rooms down here and then just carrying on with this section. Everything else is looking good. I'm going to grab the terraforming so we can just get that one out of the way. I may as well just grab the rest of these. Infirmary is 45. I haven't got a place for infirmary decided yet. Now I could do wooden traps, but we are so close to that level 30 construction now. If we check on Kipler, he's about to hit it. As long as he goes downstairs and builds all this. And there it is. He's hit level 30, so Kip is now going to come and build our traps. And that is ready for the next wave too. And I'm going to place a few of these now. So metal traps, as you know, we are going to make the metal components. So we're going to want to kind of make it a horrible place for the enemy to come in here. We're just going to fill out this area with metal traps. And eventually I'm just going to sit behind the wall with axes and just let them die to the traps. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to continue this way actually as well. I think I'm going to set up some kind of cool decorative hall this way. We'll put the shrines and stuff in it. And then we'll continue the other building stuff this side. I think that would be super cool. And we're going to need to move these guys in. I got a little bit more flooring to do though. I'm trying to think how we want to do this. Do we want some big gates as well? It does seem a little bit... I don't know, I could do more, you know. This will be really efficient though either way. Alright, we have linen cloth. I think I'm going to go into the next tier bed instead. Because that quality is... Oh, it still needs hay. Why does the bed still need hay? Guess we permanently need that. There isn't enough on the map just yet. Still waiting for it to come back. There we go. There's some. I'm going to go harvest this. Oh, look at our metal traps coming in. We have some big ones in here out the front now. Obviously, we're waiting for more to be done. Kip, absolutely killing it. His construction is almost, like, it's halfway to 31 already. Now, it's about time I got somewhere to put all these clothing. Look, this is the one that's taking up the most. So I'm going to need a separate store for this as well. Now, I could probably take all of this out and not have a problem. So I'm going to do it. And I'm going to expand this. So we should be fine. Oh, you know what? I think I've got the idea. So we're going to break this out. We're going to go down under this section here. And we're going to make a giant underground, like, wardrobe area. Right, so it's going to take some doing to get it done. But that should be fine. I will have to remove quite a bit. I have to take these wall chunks out, but I think, yeah, we're okay to do that as long as they can't see us outside. We're looking good. I've managed to expand this room ever so slightly out to here. This is fine. Not sure what I'm going to do in this little section yet. I might just put in another, yeah, stick food storage in there. Could go back one more. I'm still tempted to do that. I could go one more out here, but this is going along nicely anyway. This is going to become a bit of an underground store this way. And then this could be a bit more of a decorative entrance hall. Time's starting to move quickly though. 57 days in, just whilst trying to get stuff done. Alrighty, we got another raid coming then. It looks like quite a few, so we'll let that happen. I think it's happening pretty quickly, so we're going to get everyone up. This is the first proper test into my settlement actually, and they're pretty close, so they're going to be coming in from the side. We're going to get them all upstairs and ready, and we're going to wipe them out. This whole time I've been saying 10 settlers. There's actually only 9. Now, there should be no realistic way for them to get up other than having to power through the traps. Now, these aren't laid out in a very good way, but I think they'll take some good damage. So I'll at least get some ranged ready. I'll leave these guys. We got one. So Godser with the absolute unit of a hatchet, which is quite big. It looks pretty cool. I don't know when we use these throwing axes or anything, but I'm pretty happy. And there we go. Caldwell is getting absolutely mullered instantly and already bleeding big time. Traps are going to kick off here to slow him down. No big traps though. Our guys are going to come down. Not what I wanted. So I would ideally like it to come back upstairs, please. Triggered a few traps, which is nice. So we're going to make sure you chill there. Some already bleeding. Yeah, we definitely want them upstairs. This is dangerous if we do anything other than that. So we'll get those guys holding there. Traps have done a great job. The big one, look at that. That's almost one-shot him. Stay here, please. Let them come up. Now you can attack. Good. Let's get them in on this, please, in the back. And then turn on these. And that is just all of them going down super fast. Whole lot of damage going in. Archers should be pretty much dead. And there we go. Bop. And the final one. We just... Oh, there's one down the bottom, but... Right, we're going to urgent haul all of those. Get them kind of doing their thing. Reset some traps. I need to move these around because those metal ones were pretty awesome. So I'm thinking we get them kind of moved in. Yeah, it's going to be pretty deadly if we just have a full path of those. I can't get over how much one damage did. Anyway, we'll move on. Right, I've got this moved over now. Butcher's table and stuff is ready in here. This is to be set forever. And we're going to make the kitchen in this little bit here. I need to get a brazier in. That means I can get another table or something going in here. Just a smaller one. So I'll move this. To be fair, probably get the brazier in that corner. And then I've got good space. So I can get in another small table around this one. So we'll have more than enough for what we're going to need to accommodate here. You see, we've pretty much changed everything to the stone. So I'll get rid of that one as well. Get ready to flip that one over, and I'm digging out quite deep down into a really cool storage down there as well. Right, we could get into the armorer as well. I need to pick where we're going to do that. We could go into the better tier. At the moment, we've got the armorer's table, but we haven't got mail armor, so I'm going to get mail armor done as our next one. That is something we'll be able to craft up, I think. So let's have a look. Let's try and do some mail helmets here. Quite expensive. We'll go for 6 anyway. And then mail... We don't want to gamble some. We'll go mail armor. Smithing 5. That's nice and easy. Probably 6 of those as well. I'm not going to get bucklers or anything. I'm going to leave those. And we'll set off a flimsy one to always dismantle when it's bad for clothing as well. I'm going to keep the weapon stuff for now. But we're getting there. This is the main big thing that I'm going to do now. We're just going to go down 2 floors. So once these stairs are built, we're going to dig out all of this. We're going to have another set of stairs going down, so we'll go from this bit. I'll probably fill this in then with some decorations and stuff. So stairs, then we'll go down one more. So we'll go from, and then we'll continue this down quite far, to be fair. This is, like I say, is going to be one big dumping ground. Oh, there we go. Oriel's got the throwing axes equipped, look. So they are just marksman 5 you need to throw them. Now, I don't know if they're better than the bows, but it's still... Yeah, it's still pretty awesome. I changed all of my fence over to this limestone one as well because it kept breaking. And that's in prep if we do get any other different things. Why would settlers be starving? That's what I want to know. Are you stuck? Oh, you are stuck, you silly sausage. What have you done? There we go. He's all done. I can break that back down and we can continue on. Yeah, so I'm building this out. I'll just show you. Just trying to mine through all of this, but we've got to brace it pretty well. Got 2 layers down, so we've gone for a nice big set of stairs to go all the way in. And this is, I've got in a couple of lights. I'm going to kind of leave this, and this is where we'll put statues. I am going to look at getting some of these decorations and stuff in very soon. I think I am going to do the stone ones. I'm going to wait till we get to 30, and I'm just going to unlock the stone carving, because that's what I want to get in here. Now, we are 62 days in, so we've still got plenty of days until we reach the 100, so there's still plenty to do. Look at all our resources looking good as well. Food and stuff is fantastic. Now, I do need to get the crafting of this done, so I need to double check what it is that's required. No working smithing level 20. We have 19, so Dunstan, I'm going to take off a couple of the other bits, and I'm going to go for Dunstan to be permanently smithing. We'll have fishing left as that as well, because he's almost level 20. Now, I can just train in that. You can get them breaking down and crafting stuff, which is not a bad idea. I think throwing axes, we'll leave that at 5. I want to get the great axes up, which is smithing 20 as well, actually, so we can't do that either. Now, hatchets we can go to. So we're going to stick in a couple of those, or maybe, let's say 5 hatchets. And they'll break them down if they're bad anyway, and that should level them up enough. Actually crazy how much we've built underground here, though. It's funny as well. It looks like nothing. I still need to move these guys in as well, but I really need to decide where we're going to have like the shrine room and stuff. We could just have this straight in here. I think it is sensible to have all of this moved down and then maybe try and carve this into a stairwell. I could probably do the stairwell now. It would require me removing the ladder though, which I'm going to do. Kip, you're going to have to be stuck down there for a minute. I don't think we'll ever be able to do that until we break these down though. So I'm going to have to get rid of these. There we go. Stairs in. They can come all the way down into the library through that now. And I think we're ready for our stone block cutting. Yes, we are. So stonemason bench then. We're going to want the statues. Oh, new settler and an attack. 19 smithy, 14 melee. That's not bad. Yep, we're going to say you can come in. That's our 10th. So we're going to go for large statues. How much do they cost? 35 limestone. So we'll need to get in. I'm going to go for 4 of those. We still have loads of limestone and iron over here for all our craft needs as well. I just keep an eye on Dunstan's smithing. He is almost there. So carpentry is really high on this guy too. It's because the arrowsmith, I guess. Only 125 per hatchet though. We'll get there then. So we'll need probably more. And let's say, well, I don't know if they're worth more. I know throwing axes maybe, but it won't matter once we get onto those anyway. It's not that far away. I might go into wardrobes next. So we need to know which one's the storage. That gives us the chest, doesn't it? I think it's all the way down here for wardrobes. We're going to have to come down this row. We need to get up to 30 of these ones and then 40 of those ones as well to get to that one. And that's where we can get the nice big fire pits and stuff as well. And then the last one is the royal bed. I have no goal for what we want to craft in there. I just want to survive the 100 really and get all the things built that we need. We're doing pretty well on separating the rooms out, if I'm honest. I'm not happy that we don't have the defenses up yet. I kind of want to fill this with traps, if I'm honest. And the plan is to have this where they have to come a certain route. I'm going to start equipping some nice throwing axes across as well. We've got some pretty good level ones anyway. That has moved people into those quite considerably. I'm just having a look if any of those axes are done. We've got good hatchets, so let's move to those as well. So we're going to get rid of the spears now. Everyone has to have hatchets. And I'm also going to come in and copy a 3rd research desk this end as well. And we're going to get those moving quite considerably. We're still okay on shelving units, but I do want to get more in. I was going to change these over, but I'm not going to. Now, I think I'm going to start getting a bit of a dumping ground down here for extra storage because we are running out. So let's just copy this top one into this below one. I might even just say put clothing down there for now. And then these guys, I need to make sure they have all barrel again because there is some spare helmets that they could put on. And another raid coming for our people. We got the attackers approaching soon. We should be fine. I think the traps are placed in a better position now. And actually the ladder should be further back. Should be right at the back and then the traps going all the way across to it as well. Which makes sense. That might be something I also do. There we go. All clothing moved down pretty quickly. And all of a sudden we got loads of space. That's quite a lot of people. We've got 9 enemies. So we will be ready for you. Come on then. Hopefully the traps are in a better position this time anyway. I have no idea which way they're going to come from. So my guess is they're going to come over the top. So we're going to go off the side here. Oh, they're not. They're moving across. So we're going to move across to ourselves. Let's go this side. I want to test out these throwing axes, which is what we're doing. Let's get across quick though. Here we go. Oh, wow. They're really good. Did you see that? And missed trap there though. Unfortunately. What the hell are you doing? Get up top. Run up top. That's it. The axes will hit him in the back anyway. Oh my god, those throwing axes are so good. Gerard, you better run. He's got a pretty big shield there. Gerard's going to faint. Need all these guys to probably all attack this guy then. Although they're coming up, so we're fine. Come on up. Doesn't mean you do anything other than hold ground, please. Messed up by having him down the bottom. But these throwing axes are insane up close. Right, I'm going to go down and get them attacking. Can I get in there? Or is it going to fall in? Let's go. All of you on the big boy then. Let's go. Oh, he's down already. Come on down the ladder. We're going to end up with some pretty good shields and stuff here. Yeah, those throwing axes are insane. Should be fine. Oh, we lost one. Did we? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We did. Oh, no. That didn't go as planned, did it? Someone's bleeding out. Right, let's bring him back out. Come this way. And then we'll go for him with the spear. Yeah, I kind of messed that one up, but that's all right. It was fun either way. There we go. We're going to try and kill this last one. All of you can go kill this one here. We have to bury our friend, unfortunately. Auriel died as well. So Auriel was pretty good. I think. Let me think about this. So the throwing axes were good. The problem we have is getting them caught out by misclicking or something. There's no way I can hold them up here, which is what I wanted. So realistically, we just need more of these traps in, don't we? And they're coming, so if we can just completely fill this out with the metal traps, will be good. Well, that's one less bedroom to worry about. Anyway, let's get rid of a sleeping spot. The silver lining, as they say. All right, let's get a second pyre in. I'm going to get some people burning stuff, I think. Although we're just letting everything rot over here. It doesn't really matter too much. So I think I want to ignore the hostile animals. I think I want to move this over to get the ladder all the way at the back. So I'm going to deconstruct this one. And I basically need them to stand there properly. And then we need to get the training stuff for their melee. So their melees are going to be pretty much one-hitting. I think that's important. All right, there we go. That's done. Let's get this in. Deconstruct that ladder as well. Make it so they have to travel further to do anything. Boom. And then we can get the traps all the way across, can't we? I can fill this area a bit more because these weren't doing anything. And honestly, that will do a big amount, I think, to damage. So if I can fill them all the way across. Now, I could just completely block this off with doors as well and then have them shoot down through grated floor, which isn't a bad idea too. So make this grated all the way along. I don't know what this is going to do to my setup though. So we'll have a... Yeah, I'm going to have to put the merlins back on. And let's actually change our merlins now to clay brick. So changing all this to iron grated floors, so they're going to shoot down through it as well. All right, let's go ahead and unlock the combat training equipment. Actually, I was do we want to go shields? Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, does any of it actually matter? Probably not. Fire trap could be pretty awesome if you can make that though and drop it down, but I don't think it's relevant. I think I'll just wait. Let's let it keep building. Actually, I keep saying it, but it's the right play. All right, we've got plenty of research now, so we're pretty spoiled for choice. I don't think I'm going to be going to swords, but I want shields, so we're going to have to come into the armor and just double check. I think, yeah, it's done over here, so we're going to go for shield. It's only carpentry 5, so we're going to say, let's actually just do 10, so we've got them, and then we'll break down any bad ones anyway. That should help. We're just smelting up some metal at the moment, so I'm just keeping an eye on it. We don't have any yet. So I need to make sure it's currently smelting, as you can see here. So I'm going to get in more of these. Go to 3, maybe 4. So we'll get those moving. Because we've got it all mined out. I just need to get it all smashed out and actually smelted up to make it usable. And you know what? I don't need to get any bigger on this. So we'll get it prepped so the limestone is done once it's crafted up. This storage is good. And then we'll get the wardrobes in should we need them as well. This is all nice and supported anyway. So we are good to go. And I've just took out the walls on this bit, so we've got a little bit of a, well, a bit of an area. So the dining hall now is really quite fine in here. We can move this across and have multiple tables. All right, smithing 20 has finally been hit. So Dunstan here, we're going to put them. Basically, Dunstan is going to be smithing permanently. So we're going to take that off everything else. If you could do that for me, Dunstan, that would be fantastic. And we'll be getting in some shields and stuff as well very soon. Well, back around in autumn. Sorry, I've just been getting loads of stuff done. This is almost done up here as well. We're 72 days in. And downstairs, I've had to fill all this in because it all collapsed in on me. And then I've sealed it over because I wasn't quite leaning on my beam, which I fixed now. So we're all good. I put in a wooden floor and then put in the dirt over the top. Well, the good news is here, our defensive structure is ready. Obviously not enough traps yet, but this is still going to be more beneficial. I might give everyone throwing axes, if I'm honest, if we've got enough. Well, at least these ranged ones, I'm going to auto-equip them with throwing axes because it's hilarious. Oh no, I don't think they can. Okay, marksman 7 means they can, so we're going to equip the best. We got some good throwing axes there. It just means the accuracy is a little bit higher. And then Gerard... Your marksman's not high enough either, so we can only put it on those guys. We want to make sure we do have some melee. And once we've got the spears in, God sir, you cannot have a spear. But his melee's 3, so I don't think he can equip a hatchet. He might be able to. Oh no, he can. Perfect. So we've got some pretty good DPS with the axes. As you can see, 5 DPS. We just need to make sure they get some armor and stuff on. And we're getting there though. They're slowly but surely putting it on. So once we see it come in, we'll make sure they have it. We have 2 people smithing when they can because we have the 2. Hopefully they get that sorted. So as it stands at the moment, we need a couple more helmets. I'm going to put that down to the mail armor though because I feel like that would be better. And then I might In theory, we only need maybe like 5 shields for now. So I might put the shields above the helmets. And I'm quite happy. So research-wise, we're good. I'm going to keep going down this route because we want to start unlocking the better furniture. So now we need to get down to this. Hopefully I've got 25 set, actually. This won't take long. So the big boy, we've got it set to 25. Perfect. So we'll get that one sorted and get to the wardrobes and the pyres and nice chairs. And other than that, we're pretty good. There's some really cool stuff like full religious structures. If you haven't seen my other 100 days, I do go into all of the whole research tree. It's slightly older, but all of the research is still there, bar a few items, so do check that out as well. So where they're melee, I'm going to get those to equip the male helmets. They're all pretty good as well, so that's most of our melee up front are going to have a helmet on now. And it is male armor, which is, yeah, I think it has pretty good properties. Now I just need this blacksmithing to really do its thing. Is it Dunstan who is smithing 20? I think he's working on this. I want him to be working here. I think he's just been crafting on the actual iron that he needs, but we do have enough for him to at least get some stuff in here, so I want that to happen. And I think I'm going to change the smelting down up to sturdy. So flimsy or sturdy, get rid of it. Oh, making the metal components. Yes, let's go. That's it. We should have these... it does those pretty quick. Probably don't need that many. Let's go down to 5, but at least we'll be able to get some of these traps in. I should make this a single lane as well, which makes a lot more sense, right? But this is really good. So as long as we can fill out all of this, we are laughing. Now, as winter is coming, I need to make sure I'm harvesting up all of the grass that we can see so we don't run out. As always, guys, as well, if you do enjoy it, because I'm only going to 100 days on this one, if you want to see more, let it be known as well. I absolutely adore this game anyway, and I love the building, but I really wanted to do something different by just going underground as well, so I think I've proven that. And it does have the harder options, the ones where they attack more, which is really fun. So let me know. I would be willing to do more as well. As you know, I like to bring stuff into rotation. I think that's it there. I'm going to take that deer as well. But yeah, let it be known down in the comments, guys. I was just looking at this research. I bet this knightly plate armor and stuff and the great helm costs a fortune to make, man. I bet you need to be level 30 smithing easily. Look at all these traps coming in. Oh, this is so good. We can obviously buff for stick traps as well. They do slow them down, and I don't think it's a bad idea. They're not amazing, but wooden mechanical components are really easy to make. So, like, just slapping some around to fill in the gap is quite sensible, I think. So whichever way they come, it becomes a problem. Now, I am going to move these two out eventually, and they're going to be metal. So I have metal all the way up to this point. That's a lot of damage, I think, as they come in. And I did build a second stone cutting here just to cut limestone as well, because it's slow. Because we are making our statues, which are also taking a while. We've got one, so I need to find it. There it is. So we can install this. That's a good one as well, and I want it down here. So we're going to install the statue down there. That is so cool. What a slot for it. I actually need to get one limestone wall above. Or, yeah, that makes sense. I need one up there. All right, merchant is arriving, which is always nice. I think, Dunstan, you're the man for the job, aren't you? So these can be pretty handy. I'll just wait. And we'll wait until he comes down and kind of trade with him. But there's often times you might be able to buy traps off them. So that's what we're going to be looking for now. That's kind of what we want to do. I think traps is going to be the deciding factor on how we deal with them now. Ideally, thinking everyone should have throwing axes, I think it would be hilarious. So we might just get marksman leveled up a little bit as well. It's an idea. Now, if you're wondering, later on into the game, it gets insane with the attacks and stuff. When you build full villages, you get onto all the siege equipment. It is pretty damn awesome. I don't know if I'll be getting that far in this one. So, I know these ones, you know it says any trouble on your travels, you can go and kill bandit camps. I haven't got a cartography table. I'm not going to look into this at the moment, but it is something you can do, and I imagine you can get some loot from them. Now, we're explicitly looking for some certain things. I mean, I could go chickens again, but I haven't got the barn ready for them. It needs to be a closed barn. I learned that lesson. They have wooden traps. So they have 2 wooden traps. That's not a bad idea. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get those. I've got some gold. Actually, this is easy. I've got loads that I can give over. Or actually way over. We might be able to make a bit of something back. Get a donkey. Imagine the donkeys are great at hauling, aren't they? When you're going out to do caravans and stuff. That's when they'd come in handy. There is some mechanical components, so I might add one of those to get some of ours done quicker. It's a pretty big trade. We're literally trading quite a lot for just some wooden traps and mechanical components. They are the expensive items in this game, though. But I think that is a fair deal right now. And what that means, because you get two alignment Society of Fellows. Look, they're out on the map, which I haven't. I'll get the cartography table for you guys before the end of this, just so we can go over. Actually, you know what? I'll just unlock it now, so I can show you on the region. So we'll get that built, and we'll get the caravan spot kind of out here as well. So we'll say caravan. You can get the merchant store with our own stuff. So yeah, they'll stand there, but we'll get the cartography table in. That's what matters. And this, I feel like would be pretty cool down here. So I'm going to stick this in down this way. It's a bit like a plans table, isn't it? I'm also going to do something down here. We are going to continue mining a tiny bit. And this is going to be like a little gold room. Just because I find that quite funny. So we'll stick some chests in here. And the doors themselves, it needs to be the iron reinforced door, which we still haven't got on ours. But I'm going to put one in anyway. Just so we've got our secret haul of fancy gold items. But cartography table coming in. I'll show you on the region what you can kind of do. There it is. So we now have unlocked region. And for if you didn't know, this just basically means each one, you've got your different cannibals. You've got your different hostile groups. You've got your friendly groups and all that. You can obviously attack them and go over as well. I mean, they tell you what they have in each one. So you can see the alignment. And the better you get with them, the better the trade is, right? So the alignment is minus 92 with these guys. They are not happy with us. But then we've got a couple that are neutral because we've traded with them. And then the permanently hostile ones you can, I think, take out as well. And they tell you, the travelers, the merchant will tell you about them on the map, so you can kind of go away to them as well. Which is pretty cool. And you can send the caravans and obviously take animals with you. The more you can carry then as well. And then you've got to try and bring it back. So there's a whole kind of pretty extensive shop system in the game where you can make loads of money. We didn't see our installed statue down the bottom too. Look at that. And this will increase the aesthetic value nearby the more you have in. So you'll see certain areas are quite good. But yeah, you can increase that based on what's on in there. Now, I need to go ahead and turn on all my braziers again. Just thinking we could get the wooden statue ones in, couldn't we? And get multiple people working on stuff then. But I'm really not that bothered. I can get some nice statues and stuff up. I think I do need to go down the decorative structures a little bit more. Just because they're easy enough to actually put on, which is nice, but you have to use the weapons you've got to put them on the wall. So you can do decorative weapon racks and stuff, which it's really cool. Like I think on, so like you put one there as an example, just dot them around so it looks cool as they're walking around. They have the aesthetic value. Ideally along these edges, wall tool shelf. So as they come down, they've got all of that in. Where are these wooden traps? I forgot. Let's make sure we get them in. There's one and there's the other. Cool. Let's get these installed. So we'll probably... I should take out some stick traps, but we're going to get one back there. I can't put one on that one anyway. Actually, I don't think they're ever going to put them at that bit. They're not going to walk in there. So we should just stick them around here. They will potentially hit them anyway, so it's fine as long as we have them dotted around, I think. Then we'll get another one next to it, maybe there. So if they come in, I'm sure they might hit it. And the wooden ones do pretty good damage anyway. The main thing is they're going to hit this row of metal ones. So I'm going to start getting rid of some of these little stick ones in here. And we're going to put in more of the metal ones because he has been hammering these out now. So we've got the metal parts to get them in. And that is a dangerous walk to get in now. All right, plenty of research books again, so we can decide what we want to go in. I think I'm going to go combat training. Because actually we can get this stuff in. So we're going to go for the practice dummy as well as the archery range. So we'll just get these two next to each other there. I'd probably get multiple actually. We can have a quick train. There we go. 2 of each. And hopefully we can start leveling those up. Look at that. Tailoring 38 for Aiken now. Checking the helmet situation because I keep making these. Let's actually go down to just one of those now. Because I don't need any more traps. You know what? Actually, let's get rid of that. Don't need mechanical components yet. Let's move into the great axes for the melee fiends that can do that. Mail armor still coming in. I'm hoping we can get onto these shields though. And we've still got plenty of research. If we want to unlock anything further, we can obviously get steel. Not that we need it, but it might be worth a bit more. I'm not going that route. I don't think I need the crossbows. Large gates are good, but mostly going to be, I think rally point's important. We'll get that as well. So when we draft them, they will go and rally up the top, so we'll stick that in. So Sergeant's Podium. Here the Sergeant stands when providing martial training to settlers who aspire to improve their fighting skills. I have no idea. I don't have a Sergeant set. I think you can do that, can't you? You can set someone to have a... Can't remember how to do it. You can set them to... Ah, there we go, the role. So you have the roles within them. Is there a... Yeah, Sergeant at Arms, look. Upholds chivalry and meting out justice with armoured fist. The Sergeant at Arms oversees all weaponry. When the settler reports to the training room, all settlers training there gain bonus XP. Ah, bonus XP if we turn it into a training room. So this stuff's really cool. Alright, we'll have to save a lot of that for the next run then. I know you can only be assigned one role at a time per person, so you want to be doing that when you get a nice big settlement. And if you're wondering, guys, you can capture prisoners each time as well and try to convert them that way. It is a thing you can do, so you can get settlers up pretty quickly. Right, I'm going to set marksman training to forever on a couple of people now. I don't know. I'm assuming you just put it to forever and then you set them in their jobs to train properly. Yep, there it is, train. So we can do a couple at a time. So someone who doesn't have... So Gerard, for example, needs to be marksman training. Kip also needs to be marksman training. So we want to be able to get them up to hold throwing axes, right? Which does mean we probably need to reduce the rest, but I need to keep research going too. What are these? Mirrors. What is it to make a mirror? I don't think we need to worry about that one. Merchant structures. A war chest. A mighty strongbox to keep gold coins for brokerage and similar purposes under lock and key. That requires steel ingots. That's if you're getting really heavily into trading, isn't it? Scales. Coin balances are a necessity since Edward I proclaimed money should be weighed to stop coin clippers stealing. Coin clippers. Oh yeah, you think about that. It would be a thing. A market cross. Every thriving market town aspires to build a stone market cross as a hub for trade, proclamations and justice. Loads of stuff has come in. Right, let's treat the guys. Let's get some brewing then. So brewing station though, honestly, where do we want to... I kind of want to build... Right, we'll get a separate thing going for a little bit of a brewing station then. I could just make this the brewing station here, actually. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. I can wall this bit off, wall this bit off. And then if we decide to expand, we can go further anyway, because I don't want it too far. And we have built extensively. There is a lot here, so it's pretty crazy. All right, let's get it in. I think we're good. Just get it before this blinking water fills it up, because it does happen. Where's my brewing station? There it is. I can put my fermenting station down this way as well. I could have put it somewhere else, but I'm going to have brewing separate. We haven't really got barley set up. Not even sure we... Oh, we do. We haven't got the seeds, though, so not too much we can do with it, but try a little barley field. I'm just willy-nilly with the farms, by the way. There's nothing tidy here. I just wanted to have a play, you know? I know it's not the best looking. And we're going to get some lights in here, some wooden floor. Let's actually look for a nice light. Now the candle ones, because we've got wax, are pretty awesome. So I'm going to go for some standing iron candles next to it. Oh, we'll get one in this corner. Could start putting these in the corners, to be fair. They are pretty awesome. But I don't think we're going to need the second table. That should be fine. So I'm going to start putting some candles in. This needs some light in here too. So let's get some of those. And we're going for iron because it's a bit more fancy. And maybe one on there. That takes away from our storage, but that's fine. Because lights make everything better. Now, downstairs we've got the wall torches, but I think in each room we'll go for a candle set as well. And normally you'd have some decorations in here to improve, like, their happiness and stuff. It does help. But because we're not really having any meltdowns and all that, we're okay. So I can just leave it to do its thing. Down here, the candles make sense as well. I forgot to put these braziers back on. They're going to be cold down here. Let's get some candle light as well then. So let's get to this end. That will permanently be on. Maybe in the corners. Not there because there's a shelf there. And I'm not sure if I want a couple more shelves. Maybe. I'll just stick to wooden wall shelves though. Seem to do the job, don't they? And then we'll just have to wait for some more iron, which has gone crazy. But I feel happy with the trap setup. I don't think it's going to be dangerous at all. I'll keep going through the research now. Library structures. I need to know what this does. Scholar's Lectern. That's where if we get a textbook then. Which is normally you have to buy. I don't need ice. Don't need the water really. The oil press could be pretty good, but most of it, I mean, chemistry. What's that? Natural ingredients into cures and the medicine shelf. The other one is salt, peter, quicklime, and Greek fire. That's how you do the nasty explosives, which is pretty cool. Maybe we go that way. We need the next tier then, so we'd have to actually get this one down here. It actually requires 30. So we'll push that up to 30, then we'll write more books. Oh, you need to make the practice targets for them to work with that as well. Okay, can I do it with this? And with this one, you need to make what? Practice dummy. How do we make those then? Are they on here? There they are. So we need targets. So we always need 2 of those. Let's say 4. And then where's the dummy then? There it is. Practice dummy uses hay. And we'll just say until you have 2 of those as well. It looks like we are finally going to have to do a bit more iron mining once we get this waiting and done as well. So let's carry on this section. It's just a little bit easier to access. We'll hit those iron veins. Hey, we have some training happening. Look at this, guys. So they obviously crafted those pretty quickly. Don't shoot Jota. They should keep an eye, really, to see. I don't know how much they gain per go. I'm just going to keep an eye. 429 XP. So I actually nearly went up a whole level off one go. Go straight back for some more. So Kip is going to level up. This is really good because actually all of this improves. So Gerard as well. I know that melee is only a 6 and he's got unwilling, which he's a bit rubbish, to be fair. But that's okay if we can get him up. So his melee is 6. I could change him. We actually need him doing marksman. Right, smelting's happening and we should be back in the money on the iron very soon, which is good news. Animals getting pretty crazy now. I'm just kind of leaving them doing their thing. I haven't really touched them. So as they're trained, we'll kind of get them in. You'll see that we have a good amount of sheep now, which is bringing in what we need for clothing, which is always nice. So we have a much better wool cloth and linen cloth kind of coming in from the 2 combined. Now, what I will say is these guys are putting the mail armor. You'll see we're almost there on it now. So really, really good stuff. Then we just need 4 more helmets, I think. So if we go up to 4 there, and we're starting to get shields in, as you can see as well. They're only sturdy, so they should have been breaking them down, but I think I've only got the wooden one set to break down flimsy only. So we're fine there. So looking like next attack will have much better defense, and yes, the axe throwers can have the shield, which is awesome. So they can hide behind the shield and then lob axes at them. Right, let's continue on the research again. So absolutely flying through this now that we've built what we need. So I can get this tier 3 now, research 3. We'll go ahead and get that in. I'm hoping I've got some room down here. And we do. Perfect. So I should just be able to squeeze it right on there. That is some beast to get up. Actually requires 5 mechanical components. Holy crap. All right. I might do a one-off on that then. So mechanical components. When you guys are done with this, go till... We'll just get 5, please. I'm thinking about getting some of these chests in a moment. And we'll replace them afterwards because some of the clothing is disappearing off the spots that we're doing, and they are items we can sell. So we want to get these into wardrobes. I need to probably stop unlocking stuff, but I keep just clicking the simple ones. I am going to save now completely and entirely until furniture level 3. Oh, we've happened to have flooded this one. Luckily, we managed to get a door on beforehand, so we'll need to get this walled in as well. I've set those up to have apparel and coins in, so they'll move them all off here. I'm just digging this out, so I'm going to replace this with the limestone blocks as well to get rid of the flooding. And we're almost there, so once I've got the wardrobes, I can put those in here, and then I can get this set up. And I want a nice big attack to come, just so I can test out my new setup. And everyone lobbing axes. I probably should have had 2 floors, but as soon as they get up one ladder, we'll just lob axes at them. I think that's hilarious. All right, everything's prepped. We're in business. I've put in beams. They don't need it, but I'm putting them in anyway. And we are going to get, hopefully, this all unflooded. And then I can move my... I kind of want to build. So what I want is just gold stuff. So you can build a gold chest. I need some gold ingots. Maybe iron chests. That's pretty cool. And we'll just have those kind of placed down here. I am going to do it. There's going to be a lot of iron that we need to smelt, but I think that's so cool. And we'll have them kind of moved into here. And this now will be, so what I'll do is turn off like coins as an example from here. So gold coins don't go into these. It's just my role playing in now, really. And this is the booty looty. So we're going to turn off the other stuff. We could do like good warfare items as well, but now I want to point out that Kip's nearly at level 5 marksman, so he'll have those throwing axes in really soon as well. And then we'll just keep a close eye on helmets. I think mostly though, let's get rid of that. We have 2 more pieces of armor to sort. One is a gambeson, but I'll just leave it for now. That's okay. We can get that changed, but we need these helmets. So I'm going to do the shields, then we're going to do the mail helmets, then we're going to do 2 more armor pieces. And just need to wait for some more iron to smelt up as well. And all my candles going in. Look at the lighting in here now. There's the ambiance. of the really basic bedrooms. Feel sorry for these ones still living in hay beds right here, but tough. I don't care. It is what it is. Let's get rid of that one. Let's actually get rid of that one as well. Let's put in... All right, we'll give them the quality linen bed. Why not? You can live like kings going forward. Let's get rid... Just on the ones that don't have beds, we'll get the upgrades first. Because I'm feeling nice, you know. Let's do it. Thinking about warfare, actually. Yeah, you want your armor to be in these, wouldn't you? So I might have warfare stuff to be in there as well. But not weapons, or... I can have shields. You know what? No water went out of here. I think it might go automatically at some point. I haven't done the back ones. I'm going to leave those as coins, I think. Right, they should move it all down into these now. Problem is, I'll have to click them to double check. All right, our next... We've got Dummy. How's the statue doing? They are working on it, aren't you? It takes ages. We've got another one somewhere. I just need to find it now. Where have they put it? There it is. We are going to install this one in there. So our second and final statue is going to be in place for this little bit as they come in, which is cool. Then I honestly want some entrance statues too. We're going to have to put them around here. I've kind of just slammed everything in around this for now with no rhyme or reason. I just don't care about their religion and that either. But, oh, I love how much decorating you can do. It's time sensitive for me, so I'm just trying to hammer it out. And God Sir has one of the beautiful beds that lay in his armor there. He's living his best life in there, like absolutely dreaming, snoozing with the best bed going. Well, second best, there is a slightly better one. We are ready for the wardrobes now as well. So what I'm going to do, you can see we're in winter again, by the way, is we are going to go ahead and I know I've just done this, but I'm going to put the wardrobes in. It's going to be better. There's more storage space. These only hold 2 things each. And we can now get our fire pit in. We've got loads of wood to use, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and get 4 wardrobes in. And we'll turn those to pretty much just going to turn off clothing. And then in terms of brazier, in case they have to stand outside in the heat, we are going to pull a clay brick outside as well for these guys to stand by. And then braziers, honestly, I want to dot them around as well, but I don't know where to put them. I'm so used to building in villages rather than underground. I don't think we need them. You have these nice linen chairs as well. I don't have the linen cloth to do it though. Ah, brazier's done. Oh, look at that glorious thing. So they won't be so cold stood by this. It is the winter, so for reference, we've got 3 degrees here. By the brazier's 10, so when they're fighting, they should be all right. Right, Kip, you got to be nearly there. Marksman 5. Right, let's give Kip some throwing axes. There we go. And we just got Gerard now, who is almost level 4. So I got a nice amount of axes going. The wardrobe can only store 6 as well, so we might use more. That's all right, though. We can get more in if we have to. And then I think up on the walls in here, it's important that we get some proper torches going. That's exactly what we'll do. We get the iron torches in the main chamber. That water should drain out at some point. Oh, and a cold snap hitting us. We are going to be in the very, very cold kind of times now. So minus 6.5 and then minus 3 by these. That's dangerous, isn't it? Animals, you'll be all right. How's the bedrooms looking? Well, nice and toasty underground. Doesn't affect them at all. I think that's the case throughout. Yeah, we've still got refrigeration temps underground, which is nice. This whole time, I think we forgot that one corner piece, actually. I'm just putting that in now. We should be all right. That should then fix the flooding. Hopefully. I was missing that one. These look cool with those little lights in there, though. I really, really like that. So these are all iron chests. So this is, like, in theory, the place to be for all the goodies, right? A lot of crafting smashing out at the moment, so we should see those shields really coming in, which is fantastic. And we're also getting more throwing axes in for a laugh. We've got the great axes. I'm just not sure what tier you need to be to have them. Just going to find them right now, I imagine. I'm not actually sure where they are. Have I got them somewhere else? Warfare's off on here. Let's just double check we haven't accidentally left it on down here. No, we haven't. So I need to find these great axes. Where have you put them, guys? Can't remember whether I turned that down to 2 or not. I don't know what their requirements are to hold them either. But I can't see them in our weapon stores at all. Is that one? That's a hatchet. Throwing axes. You guys just chucking stuff on the floor? Ah, I reckon they've put them on the wall. I need to double check because they can do that. The tools are in. Almost forgot. We got some throwing axes on that one. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Could have been the case, but... No, it's not the case then. The only one is the axes on here. You can tell them not to put certain ones on there. Sorry, great axes and stuff. We should be fine. I'm going to have to maybe craft 2 more. I might have turned them down. I can't remember doing it. Right, research-wise, before I forget as well, we're free to pretty much put into whatever we want now. I get some nice rugs. Screw it. Let's get some rugs in. Let's make it nice. So this gives us a reason to craft some of these up, doesn't it? At the moment, we're fine. I mean, winter clothing, summer clothing, doesn't matter too much. I think I can get rid of these. We're not going to need any more. Summer clothing we have loads of. Rush matting is hay. A rug is clothing fabric. So what we want to do is try and get in. I'm going to turn this up. I need a few rugs and I'm going to start placing them just at the entrance and stuff. Now we have more statues, so I'm going to install some more. I think the dining hall deserves a statue. Boom. And we're only crafting 1 more. They are quite big, but they do add to... I love this. It's so good. Could have got some wooden ones as well, but obviously when you build not underground, it's much easier to see everything that you've built, if that makes sense. I still don't like the... I mean, I could have dug an extravagant underground thing and made them shoot from podiums within, but we'd have to then sacrifice the use of animals and stuff, and we'd still have to come outside for farming and hunting and stuff like that. So unless you can get the animals to stay inside, which you probably could, to be fair, you could just trap them downstairs in a thing. It's something to look into. You have to let me know if you've done purely underground before yourself as well. Right, I'm going to get this next decorative structures one as well, because I think you can get these ornate wooden beams. To be honest, they're really absurd, the ornate ones, but they look really nice. So you can put them in just for the sake of putting them in. And they will look quite nice, like this corridor here, for example. Why not stick a few in? And then we can do it. You can get the stone version of it, or just the straight stone ones as well. But I think adding to them with this is quite nice. There is something about them that makes it look really nice. So we want to just put some in. I personally think, anyway, it gives it that feel that you're in a cool dwarven thing. I had this feel of, you know, what's it called on Lord of the Rings. Obviously, I'm not a massive Lord of the Rings thing. I'm actually rereading the books again. But you know, when they go back under the in the mountains, sorry, I forgot the name, but you know, on the movies as well, with all the pillars and the goblins and orcs come, it kind of, that kind of image of building. Unfortunately, I can never get it to not collapse when I do it myself. I'm sure you guys know how, but I'm not good enough to do it. We just unlock decorative banners. Most of it requires, like, what's it called? Actual linen and stuff. You can do woolen ones, but I don't think we've got some wool. So I don't know if there's possible to do wool. I think it's all linen, isn't it? Which makes sense. Oh, there is leather. There's also these decorative trophies. I think we'll start maybe sticking some trophies in. If you've got like a deer that you've killed, you can put the trophy head in there. And display musical instruments, which is pretty cool. I haven't really gone down that route though. It's so cool how much more decorative stuff there is. Oh, there's wool. Okay, we can do banners then. So I want the wool banners. I also want to stick a couple. Kind of wanted them on top. Maybe some wool banners and on the front. Yeah, there we go. I'll stick a couple of white banners on that bit, so they're just hanging down. I think it displays your logo. Oh, I don't. Day 89, not a single attack keeps coming. I think I need to get a couple more shields in. I think. Let's just double check that they're not knocking about. What was left? So in theory, at maximum, we'd need 3, and then they'll pick it up. So we will get that in. I think because he's got 2-handers and these in, they won't do. This is why you need the throwing axes, right? Because they can hold a shield then as well. So actually way better than the bow. Yeah, look at these beams. They look awesome, the ornate ones, don't they? Ah, he still managed to make it look okay. There's a couple of torches that might be misplaced here, but it still looks cool. All right, well, let's get him a game of Skittles as well. We've actually run out of wood finally. I did turn these off to not be chopped. That's why. So I'm going to go ahead and set that one of these maybe off again. So we'll say you can, when they're mature, you can go ahead and do that again. And they should all start cutting. I'm just going to flip a couple of these over now to start training. So Godsir, you're going to do that. And I'm going to get Ellen. What's your marksman? Your marksman's already 5, so I can give you throwing axes anyway. So Ellen then, you're going to come and equip those. I want everyone to be lobbing axes. I think it'd be funny. Although, I think we're... Oh no, there's some on the floor. What are you doing on the floor? Equip those. And then we're good. And I think we'll craft a couple more as well then. Although it says we have 4. We must be putting them somewhere else. We've got helmets, so that's a good thing. I need to get those changed. So come and equip the helmets. And then one more. I need to find the last helmet here. I'm just going to zoom in. Sorry, it's hard with the sheep on top. And then 2 mail armor I can't see. And there is no weapons in these, so I don't know where they are. They must be lay on the floor somewhere. Or they're on the racks, actually. Yeah, they're on the racks. I can see them. Okay. That's all right. We can craft more. It's funny because when they're on the racks, they class as having them. So we don't necessarily do until we just say, we need a couple melee is what I'm thinking. So let's get 3 more just so we've got them. And then we should be good. We want to make sure we have a couple melee just stood there just in case. Right, we've got a merchant that's arrived. We're just going to quickly speak to him. He might have something for us. You never know. He has this book called Against the Grain. I'm assuming you can do that and it levels them up in those respective things. So Against the Grain is going to be botany or something, or yeah, some kind of farming leveling up. Oh, looks like our rug walls are done. Rugs made out of wool are done, sorry. They're actually worth quite a lot of money. A superior one, 61 coin. Oh, they have loads of mechanical components. We still need a few of those for the big table. I don't know if there's anything I'm going to be able to sell, so maybe I will sell the rugs then. I think if we give them a goat, it gives them extra storage space, so we'll give them 2 males. Yeah, it does. Awesome. And then we can just bin off some more iron. Iron's a good money earner, actually, if you've got a good spot for it. And the good news is we do. So we're going to get those 5 mechanical components. It's so expensive for them, but we're going to do it. And then that should be what we need for our research table to go in. There was already 3 in there, which is great. And we are boozying up now, by the way, guys. They have fully got some ale and stuff coming, so they're happy boys and girls. Should we get some Skittles in? So our other games are over there. I mean, you can play Skittles from there. Why not? We're not going to put any more training on anyway. Actually got loads of apple trees, so it's great. See what I mean? How they just spread out. It's something I learned a little while back. It's pretty awesome, and they just keep going. Mainly with apple trees only I'm seeing, though, but it is great. Because our other ones are actually disappearing. Yeah, over here, look. Got 1 damson tree. The rest are gone. They don't last that long, so... Hey, the tier 3. This research bench's a mammoth, isn't it? Well, this one, we don't need loads. I'll just say it until 10. Bookshelves are still okay. So, still lots of research now. They get it done really quick. I haven't got them set very high. Look at playing Skittles. You're not supposed to throw it. You're supposed to bowl it. It looks like they're throwing snowballs at it, doesn't it? Well, not much is happening, guys. We're in the last day of winter now. 95 days in. Just merchants and stuff coming. There's nothing I need. I've been going through some research. And honestly, just waiting for a fight. I want the final battle to commence. So, bear with. Now, it's just Gerard that needs to get to Marksman 5. He's obviously unwilling, so it's going to take some time, but he's going to get there. He's just writing at the moment, but we can have one person with a bow. The throwing axes across this though, is really funny. Need to get maybe Juhota up. Aiken is training Marksman at level 4 as well, so we're almost there. In terms of armor, we've still got a couple more. I got 1 more for Kip that needs to be put on, so I need to go and double check that again. I know we're in spring. We're just coming out of the first day, day 96. There's no hay at the moment. My animals are hungry, so we just miscalculated. Well, it's not that we miscalculated. I've been training loads, and obviously the dummies cost hay to make each time. So, yeah, there's that. Each banner has different styles you can do as well. This is so good. I love that. You could have do the long tall ones, actually. I could have done those at the top. We're just going to have a really plain one at the front, though, just to signify this is where you are. I don't have the means to get at this one. There's no way for them to reach it and build it, I don't think. Oh, there's the great axes. Melee 15. Okay. So we should be able to get a great axe on maybe a couple of them. We had a couple that were high melee, didn't we? I bet the damage output is 11. 7. Yeah, the damage 14 there. 14 there. The damage output on these will be insane. And honestly, they are huge. Now, Godser just permanently keeps changing from the throwing axes to these. So I thought once you equip them, they can't change them over because it's forced equipped, right? So if I go in, that should class as force equipped there. And Gerard is doing the same thing. You're supposed to be using some axes as well. I wish you'd equip that hatchet because it's made out of gold and it looks awesome. There's the shield as well. And then equip the shield too. There we go. So we got extra shields on. That's fine. And Gerard, yeah, we just need that marksman's go. It's almost there. So I'm going to keep doing it. Gerard, rather than refueling, come train again. Keep shooting away, please. And there we go. Gerard is now marksman 5. Have we got some throwing axes for you then? Let's get working on some more throwing axes then. Let's do that a couple more times. I could untick them off this. Maybe just untick ranged off the wall. Yeah, they can put melee on there and then I can equip them. There really is some good stuff. So everyone now is on to axes. That is perfect. So we are more than ready. We just got to get this attack to come in. And I think they're scared. That's all I'm putting it down to. Okay, everyone has the helmets now. I saw the male armor, but it's, I think they already picked it up. We got 2 more pieces to get and everyone's got it as well. There's a couple of gambesons we could replace with, but that's fine. All right, new settler, here we go. I'm taking it because I don't know what you got, but this is the attack. There's going to be the final one, and it should be just after 100 days as well. Hobble yourself back below Mena, which I am going to have a look at. Looks like art and botany. Everything else is terrible, although they're good enough to get throwing axes. So that's exactly what we're going to do. There you go. Get some throwing axes before you go to bed. Right, all our sheep are dying off. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's a lot of food. It doesn't matter. We're nearly done. It's funny because actually the hay for training gets used a lot, and you won't really see a lot of it until the end of spring / start of summer, because that's when it kind of starts growing and drying out. You'll see it after every summer. It takes a while for it to come back, so always keeping a surplus of that would help. Now the other side of it would be to craft the actual animal feed on cooking, but you still need some hay, so I'll just show you. So animal feed itself requires 10 hay but 20 vegetables, and that'll make 25 animal feed. So it's pretty good to do. I just thought we had the right amount, but the constant birth means they're eating more as well, and I've been constantly making the dummies, as I've said. So all right, we are officially on the 100th day. That actually fell really well. We just got to wait for the negotiator and then we can have a scrap, and we are good for the final battle. So whilst we wait, obviously you'll see people are pretty happy. They keep swapping weapons out there. It's annoying. It's like they don't want to hold on to the throwing axes. But let's have a proper look through whilst we wait. So obviously all the bedrooms, we've got enough for these guys. It's been decorated nicely. We did build quite substantial in size, I would say. And then obviously we've got the secret store that's still flooded, by the way. And a bit of storage in here. Then we go up another tier. We've got the kitchen area, the open hallway, a bit of a storage and food. Butcher area, main dining, and then crafting sections, booze, and then the main library as well, so which is cool. Obviously there's a lot more decorating I'd want to do, but I think this is a good flavor of the update for sure. And then from the outside, let's just go into the screenshot mode so you guys can have a look. That is literally what it looks like from the outsiders. So they don't get any visibility of this whatsoever, which is pretty damn cool. It just looks like a tower and some sheep. So all in all, I've enjoyed this one so far, but I'm going to enjoy it more when we absolutely obliterate this last fight. I'm hoping it's huge. All right, the raid attackers will be approaching momentarily, so I'm going to get everyone ready. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get these guys to actually get their weapons back out, because once again, they've said, I don't want the axes. Well, tough, you're having the axes. Right, everyone has the axes. We are going to do it. Oh, so okay. The default is hold ground with this rally point then. That's good. Armed settlers only. So we can now gear all of these up. I have no idea where they're going to come from yet. So we'll just put a few... Well, you need to stay there. And so do you. You can fight them if they come that way. And then the rest... Okay, so they're going to be coming from this side here then. So you guys are going to move across. It looks like we are good and ready. You can come this way. And we'll have these 3 kind of just stood right in here. So we want those 3 holding ground. And same goes for these. You're all going to hold ground up here. We are going to fight our way to the end here. Here they come. Let's enjoy it as they come through. This might need to be moved a little bit, actually, because they're coming around. So let's do that. Hip, stop it. Your tool. Let's watch the axes go to town. Oh my god, that is so good. I love it. I think there's enough range for these guys just to obliterate from here. Oh, I love it, man. That is so, so good. Godster. Godster. Where are you going? You should be there. Get back up. I'm so happy about the axes. And then the traps afterwards, look. Oh my god, they hurt. They hurt a lot. Throw them damn axes, guys. The grated floor when they come up a floor as well should be good. There's one dead right there. Yeah, that is nuts, man. The trap floor there. We've got a couple of range that we can't quite reach there, but that's okay. They can't really hit us. Good job, guys. And then as they come up the ladder, I don't know if they can throw through the grated floor. They do seem to be going down. Come back up, please. Just wait. Just wait here. Thank you. Now you can attack as they come up. No, no, no. Come back up. Okay, we're good. We're just lobbing axes at everyone. I can't even... This is just too good, man. They are so strong. Yeah, that was a nice, nice defense there. And we got a couple more. Let's just send the boys in. Everyone, go. You got one back here with a longbow, but we are going to full send these guys. They are pretty much killing anyway. Maybe... And there it is. We can't let any of these go. Get them. Get them, boys. Okay, we'll let you go. That was fun. But there we have it, guys. That is going to be the end of this one. 100 days. We actually finally figured out a nice little defense at the end there. More traps. I think more metal traps along here would have been good. Obviously, when you surround yourself with water and make it really hard for them to come in and use ranged, not just the Dwarven style, it is a lot easier. But we had fun testing out the new features as well. And obviously, remember, we did build quite an extensive labyrinth underneath the ground as well. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts. Obviously, subscribe if you aren't already as well. Hit the thumbs up. And if you do want to support me that a little bit more, I do have Patreon and I also have memberships on the channel. So if you really do support me, check those options out as well. As always, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.